Look, Clarence, mate, it doesn't matter how many times we get beat down. What matters is that we get the fuck up and we keep fucking trying. You're right, Donny. Now, who the fuck are you, mate? I'm Clarence Claymore. Who the fuck are you, mate? I'm Clarence Claymore. Say it with your fucking chest. I'm Clarence Claymore. Show me what you got, mate. Take that. Fucking touch me, cunt. Fuck, mate. We got a lot of work to do.
Now fucking come over here where it's safe. That's it, mate. Come on.
I knew that was gonna happen.
Clarence, mate, you alright?
Oh, yeah, that was a good one.
Fuck, get out of there.
Fucking hell. Poor cunt.
Oh yeah, Clarence, mate, yeah, she'll be alright now.
Yeah, mate.
Jesus.
Just hold on.
No. Fucking early. Fucking that scene of War of the Worlds? Have you seen War of the Worlds?
Yeah.
And the lightning's just fucking constantly coming down and fucking hitting. The fucking tripods come out and they fucking start killing
You're missing
everyone.
a once-in-a-lifetime sighting here. Major live in concert.
Hey?
You're missing the whole thing, cunt.
You seen the original War of the Worlds?
Yeah, Steve.
Clarence, I'm fucking sorry, mate. What we can do? Holy shit! Oh god!
Just hang in there, mate.
It looks like he's still breathing.
Chain AI Layer 2. Give a fuck about what your bitch thinks. Give a fuck about what a broke nigga thinks. give a fuck about what your mama thinks. This is Nigga Chain.
Like, bro, who the fuck made that Nigga Chain audio? Like, nigga, I keep hearing that shit. This is a top audio bro. This is the craziest audio, my nigga. Niggas got me saying, broke nigga detection software. Who made this shit?
Nigga Chain, the first AI layer 2 blockchain built on Solana by niggas for niggas. LLM, lot of little money's technology. Proof of nigga entry scheme system. Nigga detection software. Dynamic bag chaser 1 billion TPS. Nigga Chain. Yeah, I'm finna bridge.
You're down 95%. Have you ever considered selling?
No, I can't. That's no.
Punky, on me, funky, monkey, punky, pump it, price, jump it, hop in a new whip, paid for by Punky. I'm just too lit. Somebody say something. A monkey that look like a frog, price look just like a dog's, full of some chads and gods. Fudders is mad I bought. Word to your mothers, this monkey is doing a lot. Take out a hammer, I'm whacking a fudder, just cleaning the face. Jumping on Twitter, take over the space. Punky is pumping, increasing the pace. A monkey that look like a frog, paid for my flight to Prague. Touchdown, Punky Lamborghini rental in the garage. She's at my Punky, we had a menage. No, she not Nikki, cause I'm too picky. That's why my portfolio as long as a blog. All about Punky and why that shit rocks. Punky take over the block, watch. Punky, on me, funky, monkey, punky, pump it, price, jump it, hop in a new whip, paid for by Punky. I'm just too lit. Somebody say something. Punky, on me, funky, monkey, punky.
One drunk man is more intelligent than 3 women with PhDs.
Thank you so much.
That's
Thank you so much.
That's the thing.
Thank you so much.
That's the thing.
So I was right. I took a rash of shit for 2 years, but I was right, and everyone was wrong. And yeah, I got a bonus check for it. Sue me. You know? It's a lot of money. I get it. I could feel you judging me. That's palpable. But hey, I never said I was the hero of this story.
Fuck ISIS! Fuck terrorists! Fuck turbans! Fuck everybody! I hate all you motherfuckers! We're fucking Americans! That means nobody fucking stops us! We want our dick sucked, we get our dick sucked! That's what an American does! Ask the fucking pilgrims! Fuck 9/11! Fuck 9/11! It'll never happen again! We're America! You don't ever have to be afraid again! Fuck Obama! Fuck them all! We're Americans, you son of a bitch! Grab your guns! Go shoot somebody!
I'm so fucking bullish right now. Like my whole body's like tingling. I'm having like a panic attack or something, eh? I'm gonna call Sharon and trying to calm the fuck down.
I know what it's like, baby. Yeah, I know what it's like, baby. See some titties in the club, you know what I'm saying? And I got one thing to say to you, baby. Let's get them fucking titties talking about the fucking club, girl. Come on.
Don't gamble. Oh yeah, don't gamble money that you can. Man. I mean, unless it's a lock. There's no such thing as a lock. That's the thing. Unless it's a lock. If it's a lock, oh my God, it's a little different.
Stop gambling, alright? You're one spin away.
Nobody knows about that fucking degenerate life when you're fucking down 40,000 and you battle the fuck back. You say, you know what? You know what? I'm a fucking strong, independent man. And you're not gonna tell me I should go to bed. I'm gonna battle the fuck back. And I'm gonna fucking get my money back. And guess what? I got my motherfucking money back. That's right!
But when you go all in on something, I would say that does take conviction. Now, your conviction might be.
How many chairs are you sitting on right now?
One.
Are you all in on the chair? The point really is you put on one pair of glasses. You've got one pair of AirPods right now. You're looking at me through one screen. You're using one microphone. That's a one microphone. Like, you trust it? Is that conviction? seems kind of scary. Why don't you diversify? Why don't you use 10 microphones? The point really is things in your life. Do you drive in 10 cars at the same time or one car at one time? Do you drive down one street? Aren't you afraid that you're driving down one street? Do you take a different way? You know? So my point really is, if you're you get on one airplane, or you can asset. Well, Bitcoin is the best crypto asset. Okay, what's the second best? There is no second best. There's no second best crypto asset. There's a crypto asset. It's called Bitcoin, right? Right? There's no second best. Okay. But take all your money, buy Bitcoin, then take all your time, figure out how to borrow more money to buy more Bitcoin, then take all your time and figure out what you can sell to buy Bitcoin. And if you absolutely love the thing that you don't want to sell it, go mortgage your house and buy Bitcoin with it. And if you've got a business that you love because your family works for the business that's in your family for 37 years and you can't bear to sell it, mortgage it, finance it, and convert the proceeds into the hardest money on earth.
You didn't have to cut me off. Think I could never have something that we were nothing. I don't even need your love, but you treat me like a stranger and I feel so loved. No, you didn't have to stoop so low. Have your friends collect your records and then change your number. I guess that I don't need that though. Now you're just somebody that I used to know. Now you're just somebody that I used to know. Now you're just somebody that I used to know.
Woo! What is going on, you guys? It is Dollar Cost Crypto here with Shill Gates Ama, man. First time guest, man. What's up, Shill Gates?
What's going on, man? What's up, everybody?
Man, this is a whole lot of money in the building right now, man. You're looking grilled out.
Whole lot of money, whole lot of experience too between the two of us.
Oh, dude, you know, I might get demonetized for this, but
The Jerome Powell meme never ceases to deliver.
Yes, sir. That's a custom made one too, by the way, sir. That's a custom made meme. I literally have an arsenal of memes on this show, sir. So
I like that you go all the way back. I saw a BitConnect meme in there. Like, this is deep.
Oh, do you want to see one? I'm already demonetized already, bro. Bro, I got one I'll play a little bit later, bro. But it's about the FTX collapse. Holy shit.
Oh man.
But anyway, man. Hey, welcome to the show, brother. For you guys who don't know, this is Shill Gates, Twitter celebrity anonymous. Do you want to tell guys who you are and maybe how? I guess I like. Let's just start off by who you are, sir. Who are you?
So I always tell people like I'm just a regular guy like anybody else. I have a Twitter account that ended up garnering a fair amount of followers because of my shit posting and my market analysis and just me sharing knowledge that I've gained over the past almost 10 years in crypto now. I started out crypto not as a wealthy person. I got into it kind of hesitantly because back in the early days, it wasn't as secure as it is now in terms of like protecting your wallets and stuff like that. So I actually was sidelined longer than I probably should have been just because of all the FUD that was kind of going around back in the day about Coinbase wallets getting hacked and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I eventually bought my first Bitcoin. Not a whole it wasn't a whole lot, but back in like 2014. And then I really got into crypto when I started mining Ethereum. And that was probably like 2015 headed into 2016. I was trying to make some passive income. And
so that was on GPUs basically, right? Like on laptops?
Yeah. So I built my own like little mini farm of like GTX 1070s and 1080s. And just had like this obscene amount of hash power running through an electrical like circuit in a house that probably wasn't rated for it. And, you know, just obscene amounts of heat and noise. And it was quite the experience.
Right. So, obviously the Jeep, like, it's still a little bit different compared to like, I guess like Bitcoin and stuff, but like, what was your power? I mean, like, because obviously it's GPUs, it's a little bit more, a little bit less, much less competitive and a little bit easier, especially back then.
Yeah, back then.
Were you getting full blocks or were you just getting pretty decent rewards?
No, I was in a pool. Like, I'm trying to. I was in like I think it was F2 pool, and there was another
Okay.
one called like Supernova. I was I started out on ETH, but then I started spec mining all types of stuff. I started like algo switching, profit mining. Like I was just going for like best coin available, stuff like that.
Right.
So, I've dabbled in everything. The only thing that I haven't done is ASICs. So like I have never tried to mine Bitcoin or like some of the newer coins that are ASIC only.
Did you ever try Litecoin out?
No, I've always I don't know how to explain it, but I've always disliked Litecoin. And I don't like listen.
You want to know my first name? Like technically my so when I first came into crypto, I was under the handle like Dogecoin Muhammad back in the day.
I love that.
And then eventually through pretty much all of 2021, right? My name was Litecoin Moses, basically.
Really?
Yeah, before it was dollar cost crypto. So I'm a man of Hex Jesus, Dogecoin Muhammad, Litecoin Moses, dollar cost crypto. I mean, there's a lot of Father Gaines.
See, I don't really have a reason for hating Litecoin. I don't even really hate it. I think for me, it was just I don't know. Like there's certain coins, right? Like, and people from back in the day will appreciate this. It has everything to do with the logo and like the graphics and like just
it was the first meme. It was not the meme. It was like the first like altcoin that didn't die. That wasn't trying to be a meme coin, basically. Like
yeah,
that's why I gave it some like because like you have to look at like playing devil's advocate here. Like I gave it a lot of like because it made me a lot of money. Like Litecoin was like the bulk of my portfolio in the 17 cycle, but also it's the whole thing. Kind of my thesis about like humans follow like leaders, basically. Whether that's right or wrong, we do it, and like I think people don't even realize they're doing it when they're actually doing it, right? And but if you look at it, it's around the time of dark coin, color coin, red coin, tree coin, world, Litecoin. It doesn't, and that's kind of what it was, right? But it was like the first one that didn't really fail, basically. But I mean, there was some inside shit with it too, because it was like Charlie Lee was the first.
Charlie Lee just like fucking cheated on everybody.
I know. He did tell people though. I mean, I'll give him at least a little. Like, I'll give him a little. Like, all right, he did say like, if you actually read his tweets, he did say kind of when to sell, and that he was like, hey, I'm probably gonna sell my coins, and that's most people just fucking dump them and then I sold, bro, I'm out.
Here's what I will say for Litecoin, and again, a lot of the OGs will understand. Two of the best coins to swap between exchanges back then were Litecoin and Dogecoin.
Yep.
That was like the main way to get around all the extreme long block times of Bitcoin, and like it was literally the best. Like I always swapped in Litecoin or Doge if they had them.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say this much. I think most people don't even know this. Like, I mean, Dogecoin runs on Litecoin.
Yeah, I knew that.
Right. All the emission, like Dogecoin is an inflationary currency, so the Litecoin miners are dual yield farming Litecoin block rewards and Dogecoin yield. Like some of the biggest whales in Dogecoin are Litecoin miners.
Huh.
Yeah, a lot. That's like a little secret. Like, hey, like
yeah.
Like that. I think that's really one. Like, it's actually a secret that I really believe most people do not know that at all. I mean, this is why I literally think that the last maybe like not like profitable mining might be Litecoin mining, literally script mining, because like they're not updating it or anything. So if you just got hardware, I mean, you're already in the pool and stuff. And
good to go.
You're good to go. And then on top of that, like, don't do this, you guys, because it's a lot of capital up front. You're better off buying coins, but like these guys stacked a lot of Doge in the bear run, bro. A lot of Doge.
Oh yeah. One other thing that still is easy to mine is Monero. CPU mining.
Yeah, I never got in. I had a Monero and stuff. I've used it, but like I never really got into it. Like I just I bought some in exchange before, and then I just that's about it, really.
Monero's really good if you want to do something illegal.
Well, all right then. Yeah, like I don't know. That's so funny. Uh, you know, yeah, like not have the government snoop on your stuff, bro. You know,
Well, yeah, I mean, it's one of the more, if not most, proven untraceable cryptocurrencies. Like everything else can pretty much be traced at this point, unless you're using like a Tumblr or something like that. But like,
yeah.
in terms of just peer-to-peer sending, like Monero is one of the best privacy coins.
No, it still is, along with Zcash as well. Like I'd say those are the
Yep.
top two right now. Every other like privacy coin after that, it seems so gimmicky to me. Like the only one that I thought that maybe had a chance, then they got scared, was Secret Network. Secret Network was actually partnered with like another privacy coin, which is the name of a pirate. R, literally. Like, I can't even make that up. But the Secret Network actually had like a kind of a low key like blockchain private fucking like bazaar in the back, and they kind of quietly turned it off. Yeah, like someone, like I was like, wow, this is really cool. Like, holy fuck, finally someone's got the balls to, and like this, what happens is every time someone gets the balls to do something, click,
shut it off.
And it's gone. It's gone, bro. They came after. I mean, even though like the Tornado.cash guy is gonna get out of jail, and it's gonna get, you can't get in trouble for that shit, but like there's still ramifications, right?
They're still coming for it, right? Because they're looking at it as laundering, and like they're cracking down in so many different ways. And I don't know like what your politics are, but this is why I'm so happy Trump won, because
I'm
like
deeply Democratic, man. I'm very pro Kamala. I voted for Hillary.
I feel like you're bullshit. Yo, you know what I was gonna ask you?
It's her turn, bro. It's her turn.
I was gonna try and be respectful, but I was gonna ask what you're getting your wife's boyfriend for Christmas.
Lube. Yeah, pegging, right? I'm like, I'm gonna get the girlfriend the old. Never mind.
We're definitely getting demonetized.
Oh, bro, it's been demonetized, bro. I mean, a couple of those memes I'm already demonetized already. It's over. But I just linked your Twitter. So Twitter's the best place to follow you, basically.
Yeah, that's really the only place. So anybody, I have a YouTube. I don't really post on it unless it's like a tutorial I'm doing for a company or something. So if you guys get hit up by anybody that's not at Shill Gates, it's not me. Don't send them all your seed phrases or anything like that. Only send them to me.
Yeah, and you got a ticker, right? And you got a blue check mark as well, right, on the account.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not a broke bitch.
Yeah, and I'm always shocked that people don't get it and stuff. Like I got one on my Instagram, and basically I got it anywhere I can get it because scammers, literally,
Absolutely.
Absolute scammers.
I don't want to see anybody lose money because like there's some dude, even just now, like I've been out of the scene for a little while. I came back, basically everybody stopped impersonating me, and within a couple weeks there's already like 10 different accounts that I've seen.
Right. So okay, so basically, get in 2014, you start buying up. Like, what was the first crypto coin you got? Like, was it just Ethereum right off the bat?
Bitcoin. I bought Bitcoin first, and then I started mining ETH, so I technically didn't buy it. And that back then, like,
can I ask you a question before you go?
Yeah.
I always ask it to people who mine, right? You think you just would have been better off buying it?
That's the like age-old question, right? Because like there's two ways to mine, right? There's spec mining and then there's profit mining. So spec mining, you're almost mining at a loss, if not mining at a loss, and you're hoping that it will go up in the future. Whereas profit mining in a bull run, you could be making anywhere from $20 to $1,000 a day, depending on your setup. I mean, I know guys that are making 100,000 a week right now with like giant, like, solar and wind turbine farms. Well, that's the thing. The battle in mining is electricity, right? So where are you getting your electricity and what is the cost? So if you're doing it in a renewable sense with solar or like wind or something like that, or you have an agreement with an electric company, or you live in a country where electricity is free, those people can make decent profit. But if you're
shout out to El Salvador.
Yeah,
I know the homeboy who helped them set them up over there.
That's awesome.
The guy's got bags, bro. I mean, he owns so many mansions in fucking Las Vegas. It's crazy. Like,
yeah, so there's still money in mining for sure. It's just the electricity is the main concern. Like if you don't have a good like cost per kilowatt hour, like you're fucked.
bro, there's so many. I mean, there's like a lot of reactors in the United States are just not at full capacity. I mean, if I had the means to, if like that's what I would go to. I know they probably wouldn't do it, but like if they're not using it anyway, they might. Wouldn't it be better just to make money than not make money? Because like I mean, that's kind of what's happening right now. Like if you hear what's going on with quantum computing and stuff like that, we're right there at like shit's about to get scary, but there's an energy cost that's massive, very massive. It's kind of this weird thing with AI where like it's at the point now where it can become like cognizant within like from what I've talked to some people who are really deep in the space and really been kind of like really looking into it. Shit's about to get really scary in about 4 years.
Oh yeah, you can sense it. You can already, dude. Like I interface with AI every day, right? And it is getting so smart and so much better than it was even just a couple years ago. And it's like you can feel that acceleration happening, and it's only a matter of time before somebody puts one of these in a robot that has a gun.
Right. Oh, but it's already, that's, I mean, that could already be happening already, but like,
well, no, but I'm saying somebody like even just like a regular person, right? Like some guy is tinkering, building a robot to fucking make a little mini army to go take over a small city or something like.
Right. And it's always a dweeb. And like, all the guys that run the AI companies are a bunch of dweebs, bro, too. That like, that like, I'm pretty sure never were like in a position, like, cause like, an honorable man, like you can't be an honorable man. You can't be a good man if you aren't capable of being a bad man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of guys who are like as an example, right? If you're let's just say like as an example, like I'm a fucking like I'm in the military and I've seen some shit and everything like that, and I've killed, like you've done that sort of thing, and then you choose not to do it anymore, right? Or like you have that in you, and so but you don't choose to act on it, right? Like. That's a good person because you could go that deep and dark and you don't.
And you could.
And
I feel like I've heard Jordan Peterson talk about that before. Like he basically said like we need to embrace the evil inside us and then go against it to be honorable.
That's exactly right, hex to $1. But like no, my favorite one is because I like trolling the community. It was like P-Die to $1, P-Die to $5. But but
I think it should go to $5. Fuck it, we'll start a whole new system.
Bro, I started seeing this guy called like, was it Crypto Dog or whatever, this fucking account.
Oh yeah. He
started saying like, bro, shit's getting so crazy on PulseChain. Even the stable coins are fucking pumping, bro. I lost it. Bro. That shit.
But that's the thing, right? Like the goal is like I've slowly become like a very big cheerleader of PulseChain, even though I still consider myself like in all chains, right? But the thing about PulseChain is like you have to make it so big and so successful that it's undeniable to all the haters.
So what? Because like I think I've seen you on Twitter before, but like I guess maybe you took a break. That's probably why I don't like quite remember you in the league. So can I ask like how did you get into PulseChain? I mean, how did you get into Hex and PulseChain, and like why did you come back? Like I mean, obviously like I know anyone who really makes money from crypto never really leaves, but like
well so we're already unmonetized. I've been in prison. I haven't, it's not like some big secret, like I haven't been hiding it. I'm an open book. I try to be honest about everything in my life, but I kind of got down a little path similar to Ross Ulbricht, I guess we'll say, and the feds kind of came knocking, and I ended up having to do a little bid, but that's why I wasn't on Twitter for a while. I'm back home, and I'm back to bull posting and taking names and kicking ass.
This one's for you, bro.
Thought a quantum computer could crack the nigga chain algorithm? Yeah, we already thought of that, nigga. Welcome to N2, the only quantum resistant token.
Nigga chain.
Just for you, bro.
Appreciate you. I'm sure all the bros in prison would love to own some of that.
Oh, N2, baby. I'm finna bridge, bro. I'm so mad. I'm so mad. That's such a good tagline. I'm finna bridge. Jesus Christ, that's so good, bro. We need to
Can I
steal
just
that
tell
shit.
you how funny the picture of me trying to explain market cycles to a bunch of convicts probably was? Like, I'm in there in the middle of the day room, just like preaching to these people what to do with all their drug money. And, like, telling them to buy crypto.
Chill. You're like a holy man. And wash thy dollars.
Trying to explain what a halving is and why it means they're gonna all get rich if they call home and tell their girl to put 100K on fucking Bitcoin.
Oh, dude. So because the feds got you, did they basically put you kind of in like more of a white collar jail versus like hard?
No, so it's a long story, but basically the Department of Homeland Security raided my house. The feds ended up not taking the case and it got kicked down to the state, so I ended up going to state prison.
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
Damn, son, you should have bridged, bro. That's crazy, bro. Bro, if you had, when did this happen? Like in 2020, 21?
Yeah,
like,
so the lockdowns kind of like made some revenue streams dried up, so I got a little crafty with it, and I ended up being pretty successful to the point where I got on the radar of Homeland Security.
pay taxes, you guys pay taxes.
Dude, it was so funny, right? I'm sitting in my kitchen handcuffed after like 30 of them came in my house with like assault rifles pretty much. And like I'm sitting there and the dude walks up and he goes, detective, blah, 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 whatever. He's like Homeland Security. And I looked at him, I was like, I'm not a fucking terrorist. What are you doing here? Like, why is it Homeland Security? I had no idea Homeland Security was that deeply involved with like other things.
Right.
Because they lied to us. They told us Homeland Security was to fight terrorism after 9/11.
No, they also do. Was it Homeland Security? Oh no, I'm thinking Secret Service. Also, like they handle like forgeries or like fake money printing.
Yeah.
And shit. Well, yeah, but like every department is like they do what you think they do, and then they do a bunch of other random shit that you wouldn't think they do. Well.
So I just want to say to everybody listening that now is going to be running around telling everybody I just got out of prison. I didn't have any victims. Nobody was hurt in anything that I did. It was all just some black market operations.
He was selling Trend online for Monero. He was hustling roids online, bro. No, but hey, I mean that's cool. I mean, yeah, interesting, man. I mean,
it is what it is, right?
One of my favorite stories is this guy who, like, is when Hex first launched. Now, and mind you, we only know him by like his like ID name, like this. Like, we don't really know who he was. He's like, "Hey, bros, I'm going in for a bid." Fuck, when are you getting out, bro? Around this time, he's like, he just staked all his shit out, and like he came home to some money.
Oh yeah.
Which is really good. But he planned, bro. That's planning ahead of time. But he asked us, what should I do? I think he asked me and Charlie and stuff. He's like, what should we do? Because he asked before in a bunch of Hex chats, and then he also came to me and Charlie during like a webinar or something like that. And he's like, bro, what do I need to do? And I was like, well, I mean, position in here, put all your hold Bitcoin, hold this. That way, that money's going to be there, and it'd probably be worth more. The good thing that happened, it happened kind of in the middle of 2020. So like, he missed the 21, but like he came, like the bag's bigger than it was then.
Yeah. That's what I was just telling you off stream. Like when I round tripped in 2017, by 2020, my bags were even bigger than they were back then.
Dude, that's crazy. I mean, that's great. I mean, the only part, I mean, how does it feel like, not the round trip, I think I know how to, trust me, I round tripped before. My first cycle was a round trip for sure.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, my problem with my first cycle is because I got in I really started looking into crypto like middle of 2016. Where I really bought in was December of 2016. That's when I got in. Started with Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum. Those three up until like fucking August or maybe the summer. I have to look. And then I got into Binance and kind of played around on alts a little bit. But sometimes having a little extra time in the market, you kind of wake up. I would hope. I hope, but like. It was incredible though. Fuck, man. That's why I'm a perma bill for life. Like that 17 cycle was insane, dude. That shit was crazy.
I was just saying, like, PulseChain is giving me vibes of that, like the community and stuff. Like, but I've yet to feel anything like what I felt in 2017. I don't know what it was. I don't know why it hasn't been recreated because obviously we've gone much higher. But it's like something about that era when it was kind of just a smaller thing between a bunch of people that were all kind of interconnected. Like it just felt way more alive.
What I think it was limited plays. So like there was the exchanges that were coming online. But so it's two things. The exchanges that are on, there aren't many there's really not that many exchanges. The exchanges that were around were pretty shady. So
yeah,
you got a centralized. So you had Europeans and Americans only be able to buy from Coinbase and like I think Kraken, if they even knew about it, like Kraken existed.
But everything else was wide open, and I feel like I still have STDs to this day from using some of those back alley exchanges.
Oh yeah, Ether Delta and shit.
Bro, I was just talking about Ether Delta the other day, trying to get my ledger to pair up with it, and like wondering if I'm gonna get completely drained.
Bro, I was so afraid, bro. What I would do was like I'd make this is something I teach in our courses and stuff is like condom wallets where I'd use a dummy wallet for a dummy exchange, and then once I got the coins, I would just send it off so my shit would never touch. Because like I didn't like linking my shit to like an exchange. It seems so.
Right, I still don't. I literally still don't. Like all these swaps and shit. Every time I do it, I'm like, I probably shouldn't be doing this. Like.
Yeah, I think you're 100% right on that because like I've gotten the same heebie-jeebies. You know what's kept me safe? Being a fucking degenerate schizo, like being like I'm so fucking like I'm a paranoid schizo motherfucker. Like I'm like like you have to create wallets for everything. You know, like you have to be able to like show off stuff. You know, like you know. Like this laptop I'm streaming, there's nothing on it. It's only for streaming. Like have individual fucking things for stuff, you know, this like I can research and look at stuff, but like you know, wallets are on other stuff. Like you have to do shit like that, you know, especially like
I probably have like 5 to 10 laptops, and they're all spread out like between what it's used for. I'll have like one wallet on this one, and then the other one's for trading, and like I'm spread out just like you. I'm the same dude. I still have fucking paper wallets buried in the ground somewhere. Like,
damn son, all right, that's deep. I think I tried to make a paper wallet one time, and then I was like, this is stupid because it like better shit. I mean, not better shit came out, but like you know, more like user like UI, you know, interface.
Yeah, but back in the day, that was the most secure. So what I think it's bitaddress.org. You would download like a zip file onto a USB stick, and then you would take it to a computer that's not touching the internet, and it was like a standalone thing that you could generate a paper wallet from, and then you would print it out from that, and then now you have your private keys that you could. I think you put it into Bitcoin.com or.
Yeah,
I forget which website it is, but there's one website you can go like put your private keys in. It's been a while.
It's been a while, yeah. Because I mean, I'm kind of trying to remember, like you know, because you started mentioning that, and that sort of reminded me. Have you seen that Roger Ver interview? Like, I think
with Tucker.
With Tucker, god damn, that was eye opening, bro. But like, I remember when he was Bitcoin Jesus. It was only very slightly, but like because by like halfway through the cycle. He became the enemy. Like halfway through 17,
they all hated him.
They all hated him. Now, I got to see him I think he basically was Bitcoin Jesus up until like March or April. People like I think some people in the Bitcoin community probably knew in the background, oh, something's happening. But like dude, Roger went from like the hero to the villain back into
villain real quick.
Yeah, but he's like a hero again. Kind of now.
Right, because here's the thing, right? And this is what I've been saying about Richard Hart that's kind of pissing me off is like once these guys get persecuted, they kind of get martyred. And I'm seeing a lot more hate for Richard than some of these other guys. And it doesn't make any fucking sense. Like these people don't have like consistent morals when it comes to this stuff. And it's all just because Richard wears funny looking outfits and flexes his wealth. Like, it's crazy to me.
But these other dudes do flex their wealth as well. Like it's kind of like there's payola, bro. There's so much payola in the background. There's so much like why do you think everyone and their mom wouldn't shut the fuck up about like here? I could even I'll post it right now. Let me go look on the old deck screener real quick. Like everyone and their mom wouldn't shut up about ZK Sync. They wouldn't shut the fuck up about where is it? Hedera. They wouldn't shut up about what's the big one? The big one was Blast. Oh my god, the biggest bullshit fucking like airdrop that's going to be worth billion. People are so mad at Blast. The Blast airdrop was dog shit, worth nothing. There's people that wasted like thousands of countless hours creating multiple wallets to get nothing. Like there's been so much of these airdrop farmings. Like you could airdrop farm a little bit, airdrop farming was much more profitable in 21 than it was in this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think in terms of an airdrop, the top 3 airdrops are I can even name them to you right now. It's going to be Sonic, the Sonic airdrop. PulseChain airdropped a ton of RC20 tokens, but the PRC20 tokens to everybody. So there is a ton of unlocked wealth and over there.
I didn't even know that. I was so pissed. Hexologist is the one that onboarded me, and he goes, "Did you get your P copies?" And I was like, "What the fuck is a P copy?" And he's like, "Everything you own on Ethereum is on PulseChain now." And I was like, "What?" I was like, "How the fuck did I not know this?" I feel like there's so many people out there that don't even know they have free money right now,
dude. And to me, it doesn't feel like it's almost seemed like a concerted effort for you not to know.
Yes. I've been saying this forever. So I obviously let me explain my story real quick in terms of PulseChain and Hex and all that. I was onto it very early on. I've posted the tweets. I completely forgot that he was calling it Bitcoin Hex. That's what pissed off all the Bitcoiners. I totally forgot about all that, right? But I have old tweets of me interfacing with Richard, going back and forth, and I'm trying to get in and figure out when's your project coming out. So I missed the boat on Hex because it ended up getting delayed, whatever it was. I had other shit going on, missed the boat. It pumps up 10,000x, whatever. I know not to buy into that because I'm like, yo, this thing just ran up historic type run up shit, and I'm not buying into a massive FOMO pump. So,
brother, you could have got us to $1.
It would have been all me, right?
Now I'm mad. Now, I had no reason to hate you, but now it's come out.
My bad. I apologize to the Hex community for not pumping you to $1.
We could have gone above $1, bro. We could have. It was predestined. It was foretold by the Dead Sea Scrolls. We were going to go to 555.
Well, listen, I'll tell you what. After this, I'm going to go place a buy order, and we're going straight to $1.
All right. Honestly, I'm very confident on $1. At the very worst case, I believe a combined dollar, like an ENP. But an ENP. So you understand the whole ecosystem. You know about E-Hex and P-Hex and all that stuff, right? And
yes, I've been caught up to speed really quick, and people have kind of commented on how impressive it is, how fast I learn. But I think that's a testament to how long I've been in crypto. It doesn't take me long to pick up on these different complexities that it might take somebody else a lot longer because I've been around for so long. But in terms of Hex, so I missed the boat, and then I watched the whole market dump, which I keep explaining to people that wasn't a function of Hex. That was a function of the greater crypto market as a whole, right? Correct. The whole market took everything with it and went down like it always does, right? Every 4 or 5 years, whatever. So I guess it kind of went off my radar after that, and I got focused on other stuff. And then I kept hearing little whispers about PulseChain, but I remember that was delay. So I guess I lost track of that too. And then Hexologist pops up in my feed. Me and him have gone back a while. I look back at some of our oldest tweets. I've been interacting with him since 2020, and I had no idea who he was. He was always just this cool reply guy in my comments that I had a fun time with, and I never looked into it beyond that to realize what a big deal he is. And I apologize to him all the time now. I'm like, dude, I had no idea you were famous, right? So
let's not butter him up too much. I mean, his head's already gigantic enough.
It is a bit on the larger scale. And he texts me every day, bro, do you know who I am? I'm Hexologist. Who the fuck are you?
You know who I am?
What's up, little guy? I was just giving you some interactions to try to pump you up to my level, right? That's what this is how he talks to me behind the scenes. But no, so I make a tweet, just a standard tweet, trying to revitalize my account because the algorithm hated me after I went to prison, so I'm not getting any interaction, nothing. And I made a tweet about my true top calls for this cycle. I was Caspa, Tau, Render, a couple mid to higher cap plays. And he comes in below that and goes, why no Hex or PLS? And in my head, I'm like, I don't know. Like, why not Hex or PLS? And I was like, show me on it. And he's like, here, set up a wallet. I'm going to send you some PLS. So he sent me like $30 in PLS, which is down really bad right now, but that's besides the point. Yeah, being a crypto dude, like a crypto guy, I just dove in head first, right? I start looking at charts. I start like, setting up the wallets and figuring out like the whole ecosystem. And I was like, wow, this is really cool. Like, this is like Ethereum 2.0. And it's a crazy opportunity to get in like at a ground floor of something like a layer one that is really successful and really like scalable and, well, somewhat scalable and easy to be built on top of. So like, to me, it gave me great vibes. And I started really investigating like what already exists and what can exist. And I think the sky really is the limit. And then of course I got introduced to Hex and T-shares and Quattro Cinco stakes. And so like I've fully bought in and dove in, but I always tell everybody, like, I am not a maximalist. I'm not a maxi in anything. Like I'm still going to fuck with other chains. I still might talk about them, but the community is what really kept me around. The community is so like solid. And like, once they kind of sniff you out, like a dog smelling your ass, and they realize like you don't mean any harm. No, for real. Like once they realize,
they'll love you. And then this community gives so much, and I get so mad when people take advantage of it, like in a bad way. It pisses me off.
And I get it. Like I get where the pain and paranoia comes from, but it was kind of like a little thick when I first showed up, and I was like, whoa, like where's all this coming from? Like, I haven't done anything wrong. Like, why are you guys coming at my neck? Like, I'm interested in this stuff. I'm trying to learn more about it. And now I think I bull post just as much as anybody about it. I'm out here in the streets defending Richard, and like it's fucked up, dude. Like it really is. Like it bothers me to my core that all these people are almost laughing at him for having a corrupt government agency like coming after him.
And you've seen that Interpol video where like I mean 60 Minutes was shitting on Interpol being
I posted that.
Yeah.
I posted a bunch of content about. I was going through the the list that he's on, right? I went through and did all the other criminals on his page, and like every single one is like murder and rape and pedophilia and like all these horrible crimes, and he's sitting there for a simple financial tax crime. Like it's like, what the fuck is going on?
That's like a local issue, if at most, right? And like and this pretty much, I mean, the only thing that explains it, I mean, and then too, like, this is the shit that fucking killed me. Interpol's based in France. On this channel, like, I have my boy, I have a good friend of ours, Myron from Fresh and Fit. He shits on the Jews 24/7. On this channel, I shit on the fucking French on this channel. Like, like the Jews to Myron are the French to me, basically. Right?
Well, they're the ones that fuck with Pavel too, right? From Telegram.
Yeah. There's a whole in France, cuck state. The Ledger used to be respectable. We stopped recommending Ledger the moment I found out they based themselves in France. I was like, hell no. And then from there, they started putting laws against Ledger, and then that's when all this shit started going down. And magically, oh my god, did the internet, did all the emails get leaked on Ledger? Oh, how did that happen?
Jesus.
Right?
Yeah, I got to give a big shout out to Trezor. They sent me a device. I'm still working on the review for it, but I was a Ledger user my whole life, and Trezor reached out and we're like, "Hey, we're going to basically steal you away from Ledger." And they sent me a device to have and also to review, to let everybody know how much better it is.
Yeah, I mean, base Trezor, man. Like, the thing is, like, for me, like, I just always thought, like this is a pet peeve of mine in crypto, is anytime I hear someone say first principles, I just walk away because I think whatever they say is worth it. Bro, it's like, and it's always like Asians of different persuasions. I always do this. They do it to sound smart. Like, I just go back to first principles. Like, I want to slap the shit out of everybody who says that shit. Like, because it's just so pretentious. It's like, I fucking hate it. I've heard too many shows and podcasts where like they try to sound smart. Like, oh yeah, I just try to go back to first principles. Like, bitch, no. So I go back to first principles, right? And I look at it. What's it supposed to do? It's supposed to be a dumb vault for your money where it can't be stolen.
Right.
So then why are we connecting into the internet? Why are we adding all these bells and whistles? Why are we allowing swaps in? Now, maybe one day in the future, I think once the like let's just say they create a way to like actually swap where it's safe. I'll give it 5 or 7 years. Then when truly like, okay, this thing is fucking bulletproof. Like it's like bulletproof. All right, maybe we'll add it, right? But
or
you gotta
give us the option, right? Like give us a dumb wallet and a smart wallet, like, and let people decide.
No, exactly. But that's what. But like they don't give those options. And then two, there's the same thing too. Like even though I really like Coinbase, like I think one of the best mobile wallet of last cycle was Coinbase wallet. It really for mobile. Now there's much more competitors. Like you have Exodus. I'd say I'd probably put them like mobile wallet wise. It'd probably be Phantom, Exodus, Coinbase wallet. In that order.
Yeah, I'm terrified of mobile. I've seen so many SIM swaps that I don't I don't store anything on a phone ever at all. Like,
no, and no, I'm with you on that. But like the reason is because most guys they start off like that. So like I've had to get knowledgeable on it because students ask me all the time, like, hey, how do you do this stuff? And then like
you want to give them best practices, even though it's not the best thing to do.
Right, because it's like I used to run back in the day I used to run a landscape business and an irrigation business. So I would be driving from trucks in my trucks, driving from this place to this place in the sticks, and I had no internet connection or very limited. So I couldn't bring a laptop out there. So like sometimes I'd have to like have stables on a mobile wallet,
right?
To buy the dip,
ready to go, yeah,
ready to go, and then just transfer it off to my wallet, to my holder wallet or whatever. Once the coins hit, right, which is what I try to teach guys, but most guys today, bro, oh my God, most guys are holding most of their shit on their wallet.
And they're holding it all in one wallet. And that's what I was just talking to somebody about this earlier today. Like, it's so much better to like spread your bases out because that way, even if you do get drained for like a nice little lick, it's not your entire stack.
Yeah, and that's the thing that I've been talking about condom wallets. Condom wallets are basically you have dummy. So like as an example, right? Like you have your main because sometimes you're in a network where it's not supported by Ledger and Trezor, so you have to hold it in a quasi hot wallet. You know, so you try to make that hot wallet as like at least hot as possible. So like maybe a device where it's only for crypto and you're not downloading nothing, which is the good part, or very limited download other than a wallet. And then what you're doing is you have that wallet, you make the seed phrase, you make copies, you spread them to the 7 winds. And then from there, you never even use Uniswap. You essentially just send coins there. It's basically a bank vault. And then from there, you create another wallet, which would be where you maybe like do a little trading on safer stuff, and then a third wallet, which would be a degenerate wallet, where you're buying the meme coins. And so you create this layer of security where, like, if there's a breach somewhere, you get got for 5, maybe 10%, but they don't kill you for everything because it's like that's the number one thing is like you could come let's just say as an example, I lost 10% of my bags.
Yeah, compared to 100%.
One pump and I'm kind of back. Roughly, not exactly, but you're not the whole thing in crypto is about not getting knocked out. It's about surviving.
Exactly.
It's about
that's
surviving.
what I always tell people. I was like, you're gonna get rugged. Like I've met people that have claimed that they haven't. I don't know how much I believe that. Like, but it depends what your risk tolerance is, I guess, right? If you're just chilling in Bitcoin and Ethereum and like not really moving money around, but if you're actually out there like taking swings and making plays, like it's bound to happen at some point.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about a certain project where like the team just fucking like they lost the image, or not the image, but they lost the chart pattern they wanted, so they abandoned the project, and like now that's struggling now to even because like I don't think some people realize like on some of these meme projects they think because they make a successful meme that they can do it. Very few. I mean, unless you really have huge financial backing, sometimes you might not catch fire again.
Right. And this market has always been a hype driven market, right? So like generating that hype is the most important thing. And that's why meme coins are able to be successful, because this market has always been based off hype. I even alluded to it earlier when I said back in the day, we used to chase coins with the best logos. Like it wasn't even about what they did.
That was the meta. That was absolute. And that was FA. That was absolute FA. Like FA evolves, like, because it's like, because in the market, it's like what there's like, technically there's only been two things ever. There's been FA and TA, and now there's FA, TA, and like on-chain analytics.
Right.
It's kind of the third thing that's come out. So there's like, but like even on-chain analytics, like, I mean, you can do it, but damn, it's a lot of time to do research. You know?
Absolutely. And they're getting better at like hiding stuff, like spoofing different like bundles and stuff like that. Like even that, like you don't even necessarily have to bundle. You could just have a sniper bot that's buying shit like as soon as it launches and catching all the early stuff, and it just looks like regular wallets because the sniper's got 20 different built-in wallets in it. Like,
and then the developer like blacklists all the bro, there's this guy. Well, I don't know if he's public now, but like there's this guy who sniper botted like $7 of Pepe, and it's $1 billion bag, or like I think it's $1 billion or something like that. And like they blacklisted the wallet, so he can't even sell it. So it's like
wow,
dead stock. So it's like, what is it, like 1/7 of the Pepe supply is like gone.
Burnt.
Just burnt basically. Yeah, and that is a big problem today with like launching coins or doing any like snipers. I mean, sniper bots are just like cancer, dude.
Everywhere.
It's horrible, bro. And then like it's essentially what they do is they stop things from really like delegating it properly how they're supposed to go. Like that's why PulseChain, like there wasn't really not that much sniper bot unless you got in like you sure there's always a big dip or something, but like everyone their coins, they got their coins. So the distribution, the most of the supply got given to the people who wanted the most of it, who decided to like that's how much they wanted. All right, cool, right? We're like on a lot of other chains, like there is benefits to ICOs, but just they're always just done terribly, or like in laws are kind of opaque and stuff like that. But so people have gotten into like like basically you can just go pump.fun, or you use like degen protocol, or you use like what's on 9inch. And on for BBC token and stuff like that to create a meme coin, and I think they're doing in terms of like creating some safeguards. I think the guys at 9inch have done a really great job to protect people, and also like they won't really let it get out of the like it's kind of in a safety mode until it gets to a certain market cap. Like I think it's like $50,000 or something, and then like all right, let it go out, because then from there, okay, if someone comes in with a couple like $5,000, well, like it is what it is, but like at least they're not like buying the whole supply for $5. Right. So like, all right, because 5,000, like still like 5,000 is a pretty decent amount of money for most people. So like, all right, they're really in. So like, all right.
Fine. Well, because there's no real control. Like back, we both lived through the ICO craze, and they would still run up and then dump, and then you could kind of get your allocation that way and get in. But they were the release was more controlled, and nobody was like swooping in and buying up like a huge chunk of the supply.
Yeah, it was such a different time too, and also what really helped it out was that these ICOs at the time, the valuations weren't ridiculous. Like it was $25 million. I think the biggest one that I can remember that I could have got into was 100 million. But that was like, when was that? Like the summer of 2017 or something like that.
Yeah,
and that was
when it was hot.
That was when it was hot. But like most coins, like 10 million, 25 million, 50, 25 was really the number I saw a lot. 25 million, that was a pretty normal one. And a lot of successful projects launched, and a lot of coins went to $1 billion. Like as an example, I think DentaCoin must have did that in the background. I forgot how much that started, but that went to $1 billion.
I was just talking about DentaCoin today. That's crazy.
I mean, it's the future, bro. All dentists are going to use it, dude. Like,
yeah, it's definitely happening, right?
Man, you can pay for grills with that shit on, right?
I made money off DentaCoin. I remember, like,
really? Oh,
I
man,
was like, not because I believed in it. Back in the day, like you would make money. It's similar to the meme coin thing now. Like it was just all flips. Like McAfee's coin of the day.
Oh, like, McAfee got me on one of them, dude. Like I invested in one, bro, and I don't even know what happened. Like, it was like the privacy one he launched. He launched something called like
I
forgot what it's called. But
it was his one, right?
Yeah, like I was like, all right, I'll jump in. I think that's cool because like privacy coins were like hot, like they were hitting,
right?
They were hitting, and then
what was that called? Oh, I can't remember what it was.
It's with an S. It's with an S. Like,
yeah,
my life of me cannot remember the name of it anymore. Not Neo. Yeah, Neo did good if you got into
Neo.
What
was that? Korean Ethereum or Chinese Ethereum or
Yeah,
whatever? It was the next ETH.
Chinese Ethereum, like people made the master nodes on Neo made a lot of money.
Yeah, I made a big bag off Neo.
Dash made a lot of money too on those master
and then it just disappeared.
Yeah.
But yeah,
there's still people dumping it though to this day.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. I was just saying that to somebody the other day too. Like, remember like BitConnect crashed and like the token was still pumping and like FTT was still pumping after FTX crashed. Like, these things are gonna get traded forever.
Bro, it's
as long as there's degens in the trenches, shit's getting traded.
Yeah, it was Ant Shares, right? Yeah, Neo was Ant Shares.
Ant Shares. No, the Ant Shares was Ripple.
No, wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
That was XRP was Ant Shares.
Are you sure?
I promise you.
Okay, well,
I'll look it up right
it's
now.
been a minute. I mean, you're asking like we're like 95, 100 years old in crypto terms. I'm trying to remember. But you may be right on that. Cell token, yeah, that's right. Cell. I made a lot of money on Cell. I made a decent amount on Cell, but we got out. And we got a lot of people out and stuff. But it's crazy. I met the Celsius founder in person and stuff like that, and like he was an incredible salesman. I'll tell you that much. Like I went to, like, believe it or not, I went to the second ever Litecoin conference in 2019 or 2020. I think it was 2020 in the Cosmopolitan. It was a Litecoin conference, the second ever annual event for the Litecoin thing, and I decided to go. So let's go. And then like here's this guy talking on stage, and when I say he like dick slapped the entire stage, like I mean everyone sounded like a babbling buffoon, and then like he went on there and like, dude, it was like incredible. Like I was like a Mossad agent. Yeah, I mean he literally said like, oh, I was like, I was Israeli counterintelligence. He did say that. He actually openly said that. I was like, yeah, I mean everyone had to join the military. So like I was in counterintelligence, and I was like, Jesus. I was like, freaking hilarious.
Bro, you were right. I'm a fucking retard.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
And it was Neo.
Yeah.
Why did I think it was XRP?
I don't know. Like, maybe there was a pre something for like, but like, I don't know. It just is what it is. But like, I don't know. But I mean,
OpenCoin. XRP was called OpenCoin.
Was it really OpenCoin? I don't recall that one. Yeah, I mean, I'm not.
That's what it said.
Yeah, Ripple used to have a different logo. Possibly, yeah, it was OpenCoin.
That's why I got confused. They both had different names, and I remember Ray Blocks was Nano.
Yeah,
I made a lot of money off
that one went bananas, bro. That one was nuclear, bro. That was hot. That was red hot.
Yep.
Damn. Yeah, Ripple stuff, different logo and stuff. Mossad agent. But like McAfee was Ghost. He had Ghost, but he had another one that predated that. It's like Slifer or Slith, or like he had something in 17. He had something in 17 because he ran it again. He tried to run it again before he got popped, basically. But like I remember specifically jumping in, and so someone too that launched something that I don't ever recall it, like Data Dash launched a wallet, and like I never saw it come to fruition. Essentially, it just to me like he jacked the money, basically. I never heard a peep about what happened with that, basically. But like, yeah.
Oh, he had Shelter and he had Switch. McAfee did. Ghost, Shelter, and Switch.
Maybe it was Shelter. I mean, it's a long time. I just remember it started with an S. And then it just like never came out. Like I was like, I didn't put that much into it, but I would have been pissed if I put a grip of my top money into that, and then it never came out. I would have been like, dude, what the hell?
I was actually like kind of friends with him. Like we used to talk in DM. He was a crazy man, but I loved him to death. Like he was a good guy.
Like, how much of the allegations do you think that they said about him were kind of true versus not? Like, or it's just like
which part about the fact that he was on blue light talking about making meth and shit, or?
Well, I mean, yeah, I know he's a wild boy, but like, I mean, I guess about like he killed somebody down there in Belize.
Oh yeah, I absolutely believe that. Like, I can relate to that, right? If you poison my dog, I'm probably gonna kill you. Like. Especially like if I'm in Belize, right? In the US, I wouldn't, because I go to jail for life. But if I'm in a country where I could get away with it and you murder my dog that I love, like you're probably getting killed, especially because he had a bunch of like special forces around him and stuff. So he probably just sent them to do it.
I don't know if it's special forces because I saw it was just like local, like it was like some guys that maybe were military trained from the country that he had there. But I don't. Yeah, McAfee's a crazy. I mean, but at the same time, I mean, because it seems to me why he really got killed was like, I mean, this is what his story was, that like, you know, apparently they were coming after him for some stuff, so he decided to donate a bunch of computers and laptops to the government, and they actually accepted it. And he was able to like
spyware and all that.
He spyware and stuff, and then he just found a bunch of evil shit,
root access, fucking.
Yeah, he's like, I found nothing that they didn't really give a fuck about him at all, because he thought they were like constantly messaging about him, and like there was nothing on him. But then he found a bunch of like, apparently, allegedly, like the government was selling tons of drugs, and then also like, you know, basically like I don't know, I don't know if it was organ trafficking or sex trafficking or something like that, but like a lot of weird stuff.
Nothing surprised me when it comes to how disgusting the government behaves. Like I remember being a kid, like thinking that all these people were like honorable, and you know, you actually believed that like policemen were good and the government officials like were just trying to help, like. Right. And then you get older and you start to learn just like how gross it all is.
Yeah, like I thought, you know, adults are adults. Like, you know, I'm in my early 30s. I'm an adult, but like, you know, I don't feel like a teenager. I don't feel like a teenager, but I do feel like I'm like 23, like 24, 25. Like it's the same shit basically.
Yeah.
Like, but you know, some little like 5-year-old kid looks at you and like, hi, mister. You know, like you're an adult, you know, and it's crazy, like the perception of it, because like also too, like it's all society based too, of like you know, we're living longer, so like the people that probably would have died faster, and then you would like, it's sort of like this whole thing where you graduate up in your family in a way where like, you know, let's just say your grandpa dies, and then it's like your uncles and your aunts are kind of the head of the family, and then they get really rickety and old, and then you kind of ascend up, and then, but like since people are living longer and maybe cognitively aren't declining as much as they historically would have, you know, you're staying more in kind of a infantile state, and like this is actually affecting America quite a lot, because a lot of family businesses that would have been passed along a lot sooner aren't being passed along. And so right. I know some friends of mine that were getting stringed along by their fathers. That like, I'm going to pass you the business. Come get it, boy. I'm stringing.
Oh, yeah.
Dude. And then they got it finally, bro. But like, instead of having a full head of hair, they're fucking going bald now. And
yeah, they're already old.
Yeah. And it's just like, well, you didn't let me like, you know, you didn't let me trump this shit. You know, you didn't let me like get it in my. I understand you can't give it at 21. That's ridiculous. And like even me as a kid, I thought, oh yeah, like my dad is going to pass me some business or whatever. You know, in 2008, made sure that didn't happen. But like,
but here's the thing though, right? Like the younger generation definitely has a leg up when it comes to that stuff. Like in terms of like social media and marketing and kind of understanding the landscape. So like the earlier you get it, like when you have the energy to do it, you probably could run that company up to a lot bigger than it is.
But you have to be put in a position to let them let you do it.
That's what I'm saying. So if they hold you off for too long, now you're older, now you got kids, now you don't have the time to really like just get out there and grind, and it's like you're behind the 8 ball.
Like it's so crazy. I can literally tell you guys here in my hometown where like they weren't put in positions of power in the family business until they had a kid, because they were locked in, or until they had a mortgage. Like I didn't know that was the case until like a friend kind of told me that, like, yeah, like once I got a house and then like I was married and then I had some kids on the way, then they trusted me with it. But like they should have already trusted me with it beforehand. Like they saw how hard I was working and everything. Like there's tons of stuff like that. Like, and that's just family. That's just on the family politics side. Like, and then I always have respect for people who started on their own. Like some people had to do it. And then like, I get really sad for guys that like they coast on like, oh, well, I'm just going to inherit the company anyway. And then it just drains them right there. And then like, they're just in this limbo zone. It's crazy, dude. Like, dude, I got stories for days on this stuff. Cause like I dealt with family businesses all the time here in the area. And I knew tons of small businesses, and I knew kind of the dynamics with the family. Like one guy that I know, like he was so afraid that like his dad was essentially threatening to sell the business to a underling, and then like other people
over his son,
over the son, because he, like, I don't know, maybe the father just thought he was a dumbass or something, and I don't know what's going on there, but like he wasn't one. He was super ambitious and super good dude, hardworking guy. He had tons of ideas, but then the family kind of vetoed it and stuff, and like I don't know. It seemed to me like the dad wanted to basically sell the company off to get a bunch of cash to start gambling around and doing stuff, but the guy also was dude, this shit is so like, oh my god, man, it's so crazy. Like literally, if you think about every single type of like politics of it, I mean, like it's there, absolutely, you know. Can I ask you a question? Like, are people like have you talked about this coin POG a lot? It seems like everyone's like big hyped on it and stuff. Is that your community?
POG is it's a derivative of MOG. So it's like a Pepe version of MOG.
Got you. And is it like Solana based, or is the PulseChain version?
PulseChain, yeah.
Ew, okay.
Most of the people I'm mogging with now are all PulseChain, because everybody that I know from the past cycles that used to follow me, it seems like most of them got wrecked and dried up and disappeared.
Oh damn.
I can't tell. Like originally I thought it was just the algorithm, but now I think it's just crypto's kind of like flipped, and a lot of the old OGs like that that didn't have like really big names are kind of just disappeared.
Yeah, I mean there's it's something called like subscriber rot in a way, where like just a certain amount of your followers are just gone. Just for whatever reason. Maybe one day they'll come back, but like they're gone. And yeah, I mean, I'll tell you this, like guys who just unless you're like Ivan on Tech Big, like you have to be pretty big. If you have like 100K channel, but you legitimately had a 100K channel when it was fresh, you probably get 30 of your people back. And then if you start YouTubing consistently, you know, you'll get back in shape in about a year. And so like right now, if they came back, they'd get hot again for this next year.
And I gotta say, big shout out to all my followers, because my page is jumping right now. My numbers are bigger than some of these accounts with like 300K, and it's all a testament to the community and just people. Like we're kind of just giving energy to each other, and it's a beautiful thing.
Dude, that's I mean, hey man, that's what it is, man. Like, and I'm glad you're back, brother, and you're glad you're back, because like I think people respond to real. People respond,
and that's all I've ever tried to be, right? Like from my very like start of this journey, I made the Shill Gates page as a joke just to keep up with crypto news when I was mining and stuff. Like I never had a plan to be an influencer or anything like that, but I just talk a lot of shit. I'm from the East Coast, and I'm pretty funny. Like I know that about myself, but I'm also pretty smart. So like I would post a lot of my plays and my charts, and like I taught myself TA and all that.
Yeah.
And like I just kind of started growing this following to the point. This is actually my second account. My first account I had like 48,000 followers on, and it got nuked by Jack in the old Twitter regime.
I mean,
for me, like yeah. Yep. The guy that talks about Bitcoin and censorship resistance and all this, that was like literally nuking Twitter accounts for having the wrong politics and shit. Like,
yeah,
he's so full of shit.
I will say this. So I do believe at least 90% of the accounts I did get, I think it was underlings that like sort of
absolutely. He wasn't the one pushing the button, but he was the one.
Seems so cool. He seemed cool, but I've also seen some weird shit where like there was some like, it seemed almost like they went after like people in certain parties, political parties.
It absolutely was that. I watched it happen because in the 2016 election, I followed a lot. Like I was very heavily involved in that. I was in the meme wars, all that. Like I was deep in the trenches of that. And I watched all the biggest names get picked off one by one. It was like Gavin McInnes, Milo, Alex Jones. Then they took Trump out. It was like they literally just picked off all the top voices in that space, and it was coordinated. Like you could tell.
Absolutely. And now that whole party, like that whole party is now reeling. Like I got a buddy of mine that even though like he's a good guy, heart's in the right place and stuff like that, but he's not moving with the times. and like he's still like democratic.
Yeah.
And like, man, you know, it's kind of rough to hear him talk about it.
I feel bad for the people that are trapped on that side because
Yeah.
they believe in like some of the old core values of the Democrats that weren't that bad. You know, obviously there's like an ideological difference, but they weren't like to the extreme of all this like newer woke bullshit, but they
Right.
still just can't bring themselves to vote for a conservative because like they're trying to like hold on to the party that's like leaving them because it's going so far left.
Yeah, I mean, I posted a picture recently. Like, let me like look at this. Like, this is like let me find this tweet. Oh my god, bro! Like, look, check this shit out. This is exactly the stuff we're talking about right here. Like, Twitter X. It was like,
yeah,
this is why you like look.
But that's the thing. Like, they're when you're forcing things like that, when you're shoving shit down people's throats, like nobody is going to be okay with that because like that's authoritarian, right? Like you're kind of manipulating the chessboard and making it to where you're hiring people based off their skin tone or their sex, like their genitalia, instead of their actual like ability to do the job. Yeah. And it's like that's one of the worst systems I've ever heard of. Like it's not, there's nothing wrong with having a woman developer or a woman programmer or even a woman CEO, but like as long as she belongs there and you didn't put her there just because she's a woman.
Right. But you know, it's her turn, bro. You know?
It's her turn, bro. What was the one oh man. Nevertheless she persisted or whatever. Like,
oh no, dude.
or even Kamala's like, I'm talking, excuse me, I'm talking.
Oh, bro, and then Trump got her back. I'm talking now.
That was hilarious.
Woo! That was a clapback, bro. She was like, all right.
I didn't see that one coming at all. I was
dude, that was such a good roast. But look at this, like, all right. It's just like
those are the people that suspended my account. Like,
yeah, a bunch of fucking a bunch of leftist females and stuff like.
But here's the thing, right? And this is what pissed me off because I didn't do anything that was really wrong, right? And that was like my main source of income at the time. So it's like you basically just ruined my entire financial life because you didn't like my politics.
That's right.
Like it's disgusting though. Like I don't that's the whole purpose crypto was created. Like we're seeing all this stuff with Operation Choke Point and people being debanked and stuff like that for their beliefs. And it's like this is what crypto was intended to solve.
Right. And like and there's something that has happened that we haven't gotten. So like so back in the 1800s and the 1900s, there was laws put in place. So the big technological thing was basically protecting phone calls and protecting mail, right? And it's a federal offense to go through someone's mail, right? Well, shouldn't it be a federal offense to go through someone's email? And like some of these protections that are in the physical world were not put intentionally on the because they're afraid of it.
Yeah,
like they should have been maybe I don't know, maybe the post office could have evolved. I mean, they're talking about spinning the post office now and going public or something like that, which is kind of interesting. It's probably the only part of the government that actually functions is the post office legitimately. But like,
which hold on, let's get into that real quick. The only reason they even got it up to speed was because FedEx and UPS were kicking their ass.
Yeah. They had there's competition in the space, so like they had to.
So that was capitalism that caused that. It wasn't because the government made it efficient. It was because they were getting their ass whooped.
Yeah, because they were doing almost the same thing basically, so they had to compete against them. Absolutely, you're right. Like, but they have managed to stay. They have managed to stay competitive and stuff like that. So then it's kind of like a triopoly essentially between those three and stuff like that. I mean, I get, yeah, pretty much, yeah, with all that they're going there, but these protections should have been put in place, and they just have not, basically. Because,
I agree. It should just translate over.
It should, like, why, like, right now, obviously, like, I mean, we've all had crazy girlfriends, and some they try to go through your shit. I mean, so maybe not like maybe if your significant other like is going, so like if someone of like unknown, like I don't know how to say it, like someone of unblood rated, like maybe it's, I mean, maybe that law is a little too loosey goosey, but like because I could see it just being used like because then people could be like because people could be honeypotting people where like you went through my phone, your girlfriend or your boyfriend went through your phone, and then like that's a felony or whatever. You know, there could be shit like that, right? But like if a guy from another county over is going like hacked into your phone, that should be some serious shit, right? And or they go through your emails and stuff, or the government that because if it's legal, then the government should not be allowed unless they have a subpoena, and you have to be cognizant of that subpoena, not just like they secretly do it, right? Yeah. And but they haven't like and like there's just a lot of protections that we just absolutely don't have. Two, it's making money is free speech. Like if I was in government, I'd make that like, yeah, your ability to make, you should always have the ability to make money because money is energy and savings is energy. Savings,
it's survival.
It's survival. And this is why I show like Michael Saylor memes as a joke, right? Like one to take the piss out of the Bitcoin maximalist because he said some crazy shit. I mean, like, literally, I'll play it right now. Look, he actually said this. Like nothing has been augmented other than just adding some music to it. But like he literally said this. Like actually said this.
Asset. Well, Bitcoin is the best crypto asset. Okay. What's the second best? There is no second best. There's no second best crypto asset. There's a crypto asset. It's called Bitcoin, right? Right? There's no second best, okay? But take all your money, buy Bitcoin, then take all your time, figure out how to borrow more money to buy more Bitcoin, then take all your time and figure out what you can sell to buy Bitcoin. And if you absolutely love the thing that you don't want to sell it, go mortgage your house and buy Bitcoin with it. And if you've got a business that you love because your family works for the business that's in your family for 37 years and you can't bear to sell it, mortgage it, finance it, and convert the proceeds into the hardest money on earth.
Yeah, man. As soon as I get a hold of the family business, I'm gonna sell it.
Yeah, there is no second best. Buy more Pog.
There you go. Buy more Pog, man. Where's the price at on the token right now? Where we at? What's the
I
play?
have no idea. I'm just reading my boy Mike Jones in the chat right now.
Who?
Mike Jones just commented, buy more Pog instead of Bitcoin. So we're going Pog, Peasy. We're going the Skeptic, and we're going Kishka.
There you go.
These are the PulseChain plays right now.
Oh my god, man. Yeah. The second best. But
and the one that I can't leave out is the real PulseChain. Shout out to Peter Parker Bush did 9/11 Kirby Pepe. That's the real play.
Peter Parker Bush did. Oh my god, bro.
Here's the way I look at it, right? It's like Exhibit, right? Remember Pimp My Ride?
Yeah.
It's like we know you like PulseChain, so we put PulseChain on your PulseChain so you can PulseChain while you PulseChain.
Damn, dog, that's sick, bro. My favorite shit about that show was that they fixed the outside only and did nothing mechanical to it. So like these cars sometimes wouldn't even run. They look super cool or dumb, and then they wouldn't even run.
Yeah, that I saw. There's like a couple that they tried to revive like recently, and they bought them off eBay for like $500. And like, there's a couple YouTube videos of them like just pointing out how horrible they are.
Damn, dude, that's pretty rough. But yeah, Pete Axelrod. That's funny.
That's my buddy.
The ticker's PulseChain.
The ticker is PulseChain, so it's PulseChain on PulseChain.
That's hilarious, dude. So actually, I mean, so what are you holding right now? I mean, besides the memes and stuff, are you actually holding the main coins, or are you just
So I'm in every Richard Hart coin except Ink, and there's no reason for that. It's just I haven't gotten around to like looking into it and actually scooping a bag. But just recently on the massive dump, I bought a ton more Hex and PLS, and I have some PLSX. Another one that I really just got big into is PTGC and UFO.
Okay, got it.
I spoke to those guys. I just did an interview with the team and the founder, and like they completely sold me on it. That'll be releasing soon. That's kind of like the other one is my buddy is doing a game. He became my buddy. I initially interviewed him and we got to be friends, and he's like a OG too in crypto and also in Hex. And he's making a meme coin game called The Skeptic. And basically what it is you're playing as Dog and Snout Skeptic, which is a boys club, like a Pepe character, and you're killing all the other meme coins. So like it's gonna be like a first person shooter game with every meme coin that's popping, and you're gonna go around basically just killing them in a very violent way.
Is that Wonder Wolf?
Yes, that's
Oh,
Wonder Wolf.
yeah. I think I've talked to him before. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a great dude. His name's Simon, and he's as legit as they come. Like he's showing me all like the back end like videos from the studio. He's working with a studio in Dubai. He's just a great guy. Like I'm trying to support him as much as I can.
So what's your thoughts on Teddy Bear?
I love Teddy Bear. I think I like it's hard for me. Like I don't like excluding stuff like this, but like I feel like Teddy's had such a good run that like I'm trying to look for like newer plays, but I don't think there's anything wrong with buying Teddy. There's also TJ, which is Teddy Bear Jr. And I see those guys around a lot. Like I'm big on hype, right? So like if I see you in my mentions a lot, like it's gonna put you in the front of my mind. So when somebody asks me like you just did, I'm gonna say TJ, Kishka, Peasy, Pog, Mog. You know, these are all guys I see on a daily basis. And then of course, PulseChain,
You know
Peter
what meme?
Parker,
What
Bush
meme?
did 9/11, Kirby Pepe.
Kirby Pepe. I used to have a bunch of Kirby memes on here and stuff like that, but like, which ones do I still have? Oh, I might not have it. I might have took them off then. Oh shit, I may not have them anymore on here. But I used to have a bunch of Pepe memes and shit like that to Mexican music. But like, you know what meme I thought that was actually kind of funny that I found the Hex 555, the meme, like that shit's hilarious.
Oh, I have that. Somebody's
Yeah.
that. That's the
Yeah.
cool people. The best way to get my attention is to send me some. I have a public address. Anybody can look. I haven't touched any of the coins, but when I see coins in there and I get like decent sized allocations, like more than $20, like that puts it on my radar, and I kind of feel like I'm a part of it now, right? So
Right.
like for anybody that's trying to shill me something, like go in my bio. There's a tip jar with a PLS address, and you can send me whatever you want. Just make sure you DM me after you send it so you can explain it to me.
Got you. Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, like that's the way I got onboarded into PulseChain in the first place. Was Hexologists just sending me money randomly, and it was like it wasn't a whole lot, but you know, it was being a crypto dude. Like it brought me to go look at the charts and see, okay, now I hold this thing. Like, where's it at? Where's it been? Where could it go? Like, am I gonna put more in? Like, that's just how it works.
Yeah, curiosity in a way, right? Like just kind of like, all right, it gives you a little skin in the game so you can check it out and stuff. No, definitely, man. You know, it's really funny, man. Like, I mean, let me ask you this, like, so what's your whole thing on the whole E-Hex and P-Hex thing and stuff like that, as a person that came from the outside?
Yeah, so I made the mistake of making a post about this, kicking the hornet's nest, right? And I got so much it wasn't hate, but it was just passion, like coming from both sides. And like I had no idea that it was that big of a debate because, as you know, most of the time when a coin migrates, the old contract just dies.
Right.
Like there is no real, I mean, unless you're talking about like Ethereum Classic or something like that. But like generally speaking, once the migration happens, everybody moves over. But because of the uniqueness of the staking on Hex, you couldn't end stake and transfer over. So there was a lot of people left, even though they got copies, they weren't sure that was going to be worth what the other one was worth. Like it was a whole clusterfuck kind of. And I understand arguments from both sides, but personally, in my belief system, I believe that P-Hex is the true hex. Richard has even said it at this point. And I'm not mad at anybody that is still fucking around on E-Hex, but I do think there is something to the argument that you're kind of splitting up the market cap, which isn't helping.
Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of a hard sort of thing where, like, because it's like the contract was immutable on Hex, that it just wouldn't so good to not have had like
The split.
Yeah, it shouldn't have happened, and I think we wasted a lot of time and energy on that. Like realistically,
Here's the other problem though, right? Because like it kind of was unfair on ETH, and this wasn't about Richard at all. It's the gas fees, right? To end state, like to finish it, like claim your stake and all that. Like people were paying crazy numbers, and I'm getting caught up to speed on all this from all the guys that I've talked to about it, and like. So there is like a benefit to moving it to PulseChain, but at the same time, like you kind of abandon your baby and all the people that got behind that. So I really do understand both sides. Like, and I've obviously picked the side that I think is going to be more successful, especially because the founder has kind of come out and said, well, the people have spoken. This is the true hex. But
yeah,
I mean, who am I? Like,
there's a really famous meme where like the market decided, and it's Andre shooting, like, you know, he shot himself.
Yeah,
bro, he got like actually the one few time like we memed that out, and like Richard got like heated on that. That was so hilarious. Because I mean, from the outside too, you could look at it both. I mean, like I'm just having fun with it no matter what, because like I got plenty of both, so it doesn't matter really.
Yeah,
but like, oh, you know, E-Hex has less liquidity, but like I know that we will be getting updates and upgrades to Ethereum over the next years, especially the next year.
And that's one of the arguments that I've heard.
And the thing is too is that like I mean I'm trying to see it both ways, but like if I'm being objective, right, from the outside, like if I'm from the outside, I probably all I've ever heard about is Hex, and I only think it's on Ethereum. What's PulseChain?
So yeah, well, the other thing that I've encountered a lot, right? So like people that come and try to shit on me in my comments for supporting Hex, they always use the E-Hex chart and try to laugh and say, look how far down it is. And they don't even realize it migrated and that it's actually up like 7 or 8, or it was up like 7 or 8x.
Right. So it's, yeah, like E-Hex has much lower liquidity on both sides, right? The P-Hex side is extremely dense, and that's the reason it's a little harder to move and stuff. But also, people are making bigger purchases and stuff like that, and you know it's just easier to buy over there. But most people nowadays know at least how to, like, they buy Ethereum, they know how to use Uniswap, but the fees are just ridiculous for the small guy.
Insane,
right?
Dude. I just found like a little like burner wallet that had a decent amount of wrapped ETH in it. Yeah. And trying to unwrap that and get that out, like I ended up spending like $30. And I was like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, I mean, I was around when you were spending $100, $200 for a single transaction, but like, it still like boggles my mind that this is still an issue.
Yeah. And there's a lot of political reasons for that. I mean, part of it was Vitalik was dealing with politics that he had to bribe the miners. So the miners wanted fees, and they also were like, well, you're going to kick us out of our jobs, basically. So we no longer be able to like mine this anymore. And then we got a lot of fucking dead like hardware we really can't use. And like, there's only so much hash power we can put on Ethereum Classic and like trying to keep that token alive. And then like, so where are we going to move? So they like the Ethereum 2.0 thing, like should have came out way earlier.
Here's the thing though, right? Like as an ex-miner, like I think that's kind of bullshit from them. I think they were just being greedy in a sense, because like
I was just trying to explain the miner side of it to like why they were putting pressure on the foundation. And of course, the foundation is probably mining, and they're all making money, and they all have friends because like if they're all OGs, right, in the space in that thing, right, like. You know,
but like there were more profitable coins to mine than ETH. Like, so saying that their farm is now completely burnt and they can't do any, like you could mine Aleo, you could mine. I'm trying to think of some. I was just looking at what to mine a couple of days ago.
But mining's, I don't know. To me, from the, I mean, I've been me as a guy right here in the space, like it seems pointless to mine to me.
Oh, I get it. But there's a lot, like, here's the thing, right? It's pointless if you don't have a deal. Like, I was just talking to a guy yesterday who's, I'm not going to say his name because I don't know if this is meant to be public or not. He's hooked up to a wind farm. He has a deal with the wind farm. He's basically getting free power off the wind farm. And these people he brought in as partners, and he's clearing like $100K a week. Yeah. Just like profit, like raw profit after expenses, all that. And he's mining Bitcoin with a bunch of ASICs on a farm. Like, he's killing it.
Right.
But that's because of the electricity. Like, if you have a way to get free or cheap electricity, like you could still be really profitable.
You have to be a shaker and a mover and a guy that can get deals done. and then on top of that, you have to have capital, and or at the very least, you have somebody that trusts you enough to put upfront money with you, and then you got to have a plan and a deal. Most people don't have like they just like, well, I've got like $10 or $15,000 to like do something in my house, so like let's just, or like I'll figure out a way to do it, or you're at least stealing the electricity. You know, this is why you mine hex points. This is why you stake. But
well, that kind of pissed me off too, right? Not really, but like him trying to co-opt the mining term for staking, like. I was just like, really, bro? Like, I don't know. Staking and mining have always been the terms. So, like, trying to call staking mining was like, to me, it was sacrilegious.
Right. I mean, but it was just kind of, I mean, it was just because we were like, it was supposed to be Bitcoin Hex originally, so we're trying to be a better.
I know, but this is why everybody hates Hex. And I'm not saying I do, but like, he pissed so many people off by some of these decisions that it's like.
But what decisions did he, you know, it's because he was a Bitcoin insider guy. And
I know
he started shitting on people who were rightfully doing stupid shit and getting away with it. And like, but that's why he got the hate. The hate wasn't for like I could create as an example. If I'm a fucking nobody, and I launch. Let's just say I launched Hex exactly how it was first, right? I launched Hex exactly how it is. No one would give a fuck because they don't know me, but because they know me, if like it's sort of like because the Bitcoiners know me and they hate me, they'll attack me, and everything I do is sacrilegious, basically. That's all.
But like, here's the thing, right? Being a Bitcoin insider, he knew better, right? He knew the firestorm that was going to come his way for trying to name his own project with the name Bitcoin in it. We saw it happen with Bitcoin Cash. We saw it happen with Bitcoin SV, to a lesser degree, Bitcoin Private. Like, he knew the backlash he was going to get from all the maxis, and that's what originally started him as being a villain. Whether it was right, like I don't have an issue with him doing that. I'm just saying from a like an optics perspective, I don't think it was the best move to try and co-opt the Bitcoin name.
Yeah, no, and that's why like he initially, but he never launched as Bitcoin Hex. It like
I know
it was just you had to have been in the underground in the straight chats to even know about that, and then it was very quickly just changed to Hex. So like. Right. I mean, when it went public, it was Hex and everyone and all the news articles, Hex and this. I mean, it was Hex. It was never Bitcoin Hex. Now, it was Bitcoin Hex in the Strawberry Grape chats and in the pre-chats and stuff in 2017. Well, I guess technically like.
And on his Twitter too, I posted me talking to him about it. He's promoting Bitcoin Hex and saying like how you're gonna get your free airdrops and all that, and if you hold Bitcoin, you're getting a reflection, like 1-to-1, whatever.
Yeah. I mean, it's just kind of is what it is. I mean, the thing is too, like, I mean, Richard also pioneered, like everyone in crypto just jacked a ton of his ideas and stuff. Like, he pioneered this whole thing too of like, why am I going to give a bunch of free airdrops to dudes and just dump it? But like, I give them enough of a lick that they'll get some to be interested, maybe, but like not enough to fuck the chart up, because it's so true. That's one of the main things that like Roger Ver was so to his principles that like he stupidly gave a ton of supply to a bunch of people that fucking hated him, instead of saying like he should have just gave a ton of supply to like, all right, anyone who has less than 10 Bitcoin gets Bitcoin, Bitcoin, or maybe he put it to 100 or whatever, or limited it. Like if you have more than 100 in a wallet, that's all you're getting is 100. That's it. You should have done something like that, and then just added the leftovers to the top of the mining stack, and then just been like that.
You know something else he pioneered that nobody really talks about, and I'm so mad that he didn't follow through because I was going to front run the shit out of it as a miner. His original project was going to be called CFD token, and it was going to be a distributed CRD.
Yeah.
So it was going to be distributed, decentralized computing that he was going to rent out the hash power to like production studios and stuff, and that's what ended up being Tau and Render and Kudos. There's like a bunch of different ones now, but he was the originator of that, and that was going to be his original project before he started Hex.
Yeah, and that just seemed to. I think there's two things. It was like, one, too much work, and it was going to take more time. It was like basically he kind of said that like by the time it could have gotten off of the actual just building it, it could have launched. It probably would have launched in late 2020 or maybe 2021. By the time they kind of figured it out, because it was really technically complex. And they interviewed the guy that was basically creating the algorithms for it. But like, I think he could have got it done. But like,
I was gonna front run the shit out of that. I was gonna be a
go for it, brother. I mean, I would have been happy for
billionaire.
Yeah,
No,
I mean,
'cause, like I knew it from the start, and I knew it was gonna be huge. And it's like I was following it, like I had notifications set, all that, and then he just kind of like switched into Bitcoin Hex, and I was still gonna grab that, like, and then I just kind of like fell off.
yeah. I mean, it just kind of is what it is with that, because, like, I mean, for me, like, I was just following. I was like, you know what, the jockey, right? Jockey strategy. So I was just like, you know what, this guy's smart as fuck. He's a good interviewer. He's smart. Has a good following. Seems to be pretty upstanding. I'll buy whatever he ends. I'll give it a shot. Let's go. And like, so like when he changed it, like he's not doing that anymore. All right, well, he's doing this. All right, I'm jumping.
And that's where I was at with it up until the point that I think I just lost track. Like I wasn't passionate enough about it to where like I stayed on every update, and I think that's where I fucked up, because I knew he was smart. I used to watch all his old live streams before he was selling anything, and you know, when he came out with the distributed computing token, I was like, this is it. Like I'm going all in on this. I'm going to mine it. I'm going to point my farms at it. I'm going to buy it. And then when that didn't come out, it switched to Hex. So then I was kind of like a little less enthusiastic, and I was like, you know, I'm going to go with this. But then there was all the holdups with that. So I guess I just kind of got lost in the sauce and missed it. And, you know, I could have had a 10,000X pretty much, because I was on it from the start, and it sucks, but that's crypto. Like it happens.
It happens. And I mean, we were talking in private before, like about just bag fumbling.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, I fumbled a ton of bags. Like, dude, like who was that dude who was the Dogecoin millionaire guy? Bro, I've had way more Doge than that dude. Way more.
Right.
But
well,
I fumbled it early. I mean, but I fumbled it when it was cheap and shit. And this is why I've created rules called the hodl bag. Or the fuck, like if, let's just say you're in a position it's not moving for shit, right? Literally at this point in time, if you have some legacy bags, right, like there's really no point in selling them unless you're like, I really need the capital. Okay, keep 40% of the bag or 30% of the bag. Then rotate out, and keep that rest, because you never know. Dude, I've been like, Decentralization was dead as fuck until the last 3-4 months, and it did this hockey stick. Like this Sandbox 2, another one. Doge just went. I mean, every cycle is just.
You'll see a chart that's been dead since 2017 that all of a sudden will just explode upward for seemingly no reason. Hockey stick, like this market at times doesn't make sense.
Yeah, there's two,
and that's what's beautiful about it too, though.
Like I bet a little bit on this coin called Gala. This is gaming token and stuff. They're basically Zynga. You know Zynga Games, the people who created like yeah. So last time we caught on to this coin at a penny. In 3 months, it jumped to 81 cents. In 3, it just went boom. Such a big money maker, and then it was
stupid
over, right?
money,
right? And they're running it up. So basically, what happened is the two founders fought, won. They kind of ousted one of the guys. They refundalized the company, and then they're trying to run it up again. So like I've been buying it at 1, 2, 3 cents, and then just kind of like like it's still dirt cheap, just buying it and then that's putting it away. Like it's nothing. Like I told guys, like, you're either buy it here or I don't want to hear you guys buying it at fucking 40 cents. I don't. Good luck.
Well, that's the problem, right? Because you see a pump and something you fumbled, and then like you start getting FOMO, and that's where people start buying into these crazy pumps and getting wrecked. And like that's why I never bought into Hex. It wasn't like a personal decision. It wasn't because I didn't like Richard. It was because it already fucking hockey sticked, and I'm not buying into that pump. Like,
right. And that's like personal rules and stuff, because like you have to follow that. I mean, I don't want to say like trade, because trading and hodling is just time preference. Really, at the end of the day, like oh yeah, like I hold, like I'm buying this token to sell it in the summer. Okay, that's a 6-month plan. It's a 6-month trade. Or whatever, something like that, or like I'm gonna hold this for the long term. Well, okay, then that's like a 10-year trade or 20-year trade or whatever for a person in equities, right? So it's all about time. It's all about time for people, right?
Yeah.
But like with Litecoin, right? Like I actually just replaced a coin that it's not pumping in my portfolio to buy more Litecoin, because on the off chance that there's a very high chance there's going to be an ETF for Litecoin to come out.
Yeah,
like,
I can see it.
As dumb as that is, like. It's very possible. Like I can't fade.
Well, it's not, because it's a OG Dino coin, right? So like I think a lot of them are going to be the first movers because they got the most trust.
Yeah, and the only meme coin that could possibly get an ETF is Doge. The only one. The only one. Now, if it does happen early, the cycle, let's just say it happens by the summer. Oh my God, the meme coin run. Because like this cycle has been like what started off the cycle was the ETF cycle, right? Which so like it's been a US led market. It's the ETF cycle, memes, AI, and NFTs, got fucked really hard, but we have GameFi, which is a ton. Let me tell you this. VC wise, more money was pumped in. Like more money was pumped into GameFi in 2022 than there was in 21 and 2020 combined, and 23 just as much as 22. So VC money wise, there's a lot of money that's been pumped into GameFi just because they're trying to make something hit, right?
You think it's coming back?
Yeah, it's coming back. I mean, there's too much money.
That's what I feel like.
Too much
Here's
money.
the thing, right? I always look at.
It takes forever. It takes forever, though. It takes
yeah,
forever.
I always look at narratives are seasons to me, right? And they cycle. So like one that has happened to fall out of favor, like even NFTs, I feel like they're gonna have a day in the sun again too. I wasn't a big NFT guy. I don't really like get into all that, but I do believe that eventually there's gonna be an NFT resurrection. So like games, NFTs, even maybe the metaverse and stuff like that could come back. Like I think everything is gonna have another chance. What's that?
$7,200. So I have found a pattern for NFTs and for GameFi and all this stuff. When Ethereum passes a 50%, I should call it the DCC rule or the quad or something like the number or whatever. I got to trademark it or something. but like basically when Ethereum, because like basically people are holding Bitcoin, but like not everyone that like DeFi and everything is holding Ethereum. Ethereum is the borrowing asset, effectively, outside of just a couple people who hold a bunch of Bitcoin from Ethereum wealth. But NFTs didn't take look. NFTs got created in 2017. You only had at the tail end of the market. You only had what? You had ETH rocks, CryptoKitties, and like I never saw punks, but apparently they said punks. I was like, all right, cool. There's 3. That's it, and then some scribble thing or whatever. That's it. That's all that happened in 17. And I had a good buddy, Anorak, that, made some good guap on a lot of those projects and stuff like that. And Top Shot and all that stuff. I mean, made millions on that stuff. And but when did it kick off? When it really, you made money when like Ethereum got to its like, you made money if you started value investing at Ethereum's all-time high. So when we broke about $1,400 to $1,800 in that range there, because like it was $1,400 was a top in 17. When Ethereum was roughly $1,400 to $1,800, the bubbling like the like people started actually creating projects and investing into that stuff, and then that's where a lot of money was made. But it wasn't until we were 50% above when Ethereum got to $2,100, NFTs were now a thing, and they went crazy, right? And it doubled from there. So I'm seeing the same sort of thing as like when we started getting really close, I started seeing some NFT. What happened to Pudgy Penguins right now? That was the first one over the Pudgy Penguins just launched a token. So now people have, if Pudgy Penguins token is successful, then now anyone who has any actual IP knows like, fuck, we just like, all right, no one's buying our NFTs, but if we link our NFT to a meme coin, there's possibly going to be an airdrop. And
yeah,
that's the next meta. And so I know NFTs are going to start resuscitating because they're merging with memes because they have to. And GameFi is going to get attached to all that stuff later on. Like, so that's going to be a wave later on with Ethereum getting higher in price because you need Ethereum to be a certain price for speculation to happen and people to re-lever themselves on DeFi in order to like have that speculation bubble. So $4,800 was the last all-time high. It starts around 5,000 if you're catching shit early. Like if on this next, I mean, probably that Pudgy Penguin token is probably a really smart idea to buy, honestly, because the guy who basically I forgot the guy's name, but the guy bought Pudgy Penguin's IP and just bought it from the old owners. It's mine now. He went to Walmart. There's the whole shit. Like your guy who does the deals with the wind farms, Shaker and Mover. This guy buys the IP cheap. Boom, Pudgy Penguins buys it. Goes to Walmart, makes plushies. They start selling out everywhere. Not little 10-year-old girls buying them, but a bunch of hairy neckbeards buying them and stuff. And this resuscitates it. And it's so powerful. And the NFTs got cucked so hard that Pudgy Penguins becomes the number one NFT. So
Pengu is only 1.7 billion.
Bro, yeah. It could
That's not a lot.
It's not a lot. In the grand scheme of things, like, I mean, now, Pepe, in terms of like what's a new age, like meme coin, Pepe is king right now. That's
Yeah,
7
what's
billion.
Pepe? Huh?
7 billion market cap. Let me look.
Pepe is 7.6.
7.6. So Pepe, I can almost tell you with like if there's any meme to like besides Dogecoin and Shiba to hit 100 billion, it's gonna be Pepe next, and then Whiff's gonna get close. Whiff's gonna get close. So why can't Pudgy do 30 billion? Why not?
Well, yeah, because you look at the success of Pudgy Penguins as an NFT in like the NFT winter of all winters. Like,
right.
I don't see why that couldn't take over in a sense. I don't not completely take over, but you know what I mean. Like,
but first through the gate, first to get the IP, and on top of that too, when it gets really successful, then Walmart's like, "Hey, we're doing another sale. Hey, we're doing this now available at Target." And then people take that to like, "Hey, it's in Target. It's making revenue. It's doing this. They're not giving up. They're actually creating stuff." And the thing is too, the guy who did it is a shaker. Like, let me look at the bottom. You could have bought Pudgy Penguins for like $900, maybe $1,000, and then like we did like an NFT course in I'm trying to remember when. Sorry, I'm like grasping my brain here. I'm like early 23. One of the few NFTs we recommended to get were the Trump NFTs and those made money, and the Pudgy Penguins. Each Pudgy Penguin's $100,000 today minimum.
Crazy. It's like it literally just swapped with Bored Ape. Like, Bored Ape tanked and Pudgy rose.
And you know what? And I can tell you exactly the same thing why Whiff topped early. Like, I can tell you the exact reason. They started showing off their party, and it's a bunch of dorks on the dance floor. Oh, every fucking time, every time, dude. The moment they show the dance floor, it's done. It's cooked.
The Whiff kid on stage that was just like fucking drugged out of his mind.
Dude, it's so, and it can't be regular. It can't just be like, oh, it's a sausage fest, but it's a crypto thing, right? No, they go overboard and look super lame doing it. Like, unbelievably lame, dude. It's so bad. And then, oh my god, like, you should have seen this shit. Like, so Singapore, there was like, I think it was like blockchain 2049 or whatever they had there in Singapore. Shout out to Mother. Like the only influencer token that I think can even do anything is Mother.
Iggy,
because she puts in work. Because she's putting in work, and I keep saying that. That's the key thing. Are they putting in work?
I gotta shout out Daddy too, though. If we're gonna mention Mother, Daddy,
and that's the only other one too. But like the only reason I haven't given it like the 100% is because in order to get the most out of that coin, you have to be a part of that network,
right?
And like I just like personally, I just don't have time for that because I'm doing my own thing, right? That's what I'm supposed to be doing, my own thing.
Right.
But like if you're just a guy that's like, you know, trying to level up, you know, you join the real world, or you join the
Hustlers University.
No,
the War Room.
War Room, right? You know, you're a little bit more in, you're upgraded, you may get extra info, and then you have an information. I like to go where I have an informational advantage. I have no informational advantage on Daddy, personally. Now, if you're in that ecosystem, I think you do. I think I might be a good play for you, but like I can't be like in good conscience tell you like to do it because I have nothing to give me a little extra sauce.
But with Mother, you're clapping Iggy's cheeks, so you got like the straight line.
It's just a straight line, and then people like ass and people cuck for girl. I mean, bro, we've tried there was like this fucking mid-ass fucking Latina chick that rugged everybody, and they all believed her, and just because she was a chick. And like,
oh yeah, they kept saying that I was the next version of her, and I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Pulse Latina, baby. And then she was just some dumb Brazilian chick that got fucking hired by some fucking dead rug, and she got taken for a ride. But she also knew she knew kind of what was up. I mean, she knew it wasn't above board, so like she's not innocent, you know.
Right.
And this is what I'm like I'm a part of the red pill community, and it's all about teaching guys like what women are like. What's the sexual difference between men and women, right? This is what, like, I'm big fresh, you know, I've been on Fresh and Fit a ton of times, and that's the community I'm a part of outside of crypto. And the amount of times that we've been able to save guys from getting like if this is where you make your money, don't get your dick involved.
Right.
It's so difficult. Like, I mean, I've told literally this thing. I mean, I've taught a lot of crypto chicks, so it's different, but like not them. There's exceptions to the rules, but like generally, do not ever date a girl that knows about crypto. You're gonna get your ass robbed. It's just so dangerous. Like,
well, here's the other thing, though, right? Like, you're absolutely 100% correct. But also on top of that, like the amount of money I've fumbled and missed out on fucking with women, like is just astronomical. Like, because first of all, the time suck of it all, but then second of all, like, just you're not making proper, like, intelligent, educated decisions because you're constantly just involved with this person who wants to argue or something. Like, I've missed so many big plays just arguing with somebody. Like,
yeah.
And
Over booty, maybe good booty and good maybe if it was like not in the way, but like it's just it's a sickness that we have. But like every guy gets a lonely, like there is a longing to, like, especially like a super successful, like guys run on two modes. Eventually, once they get to a certain level, like you, right, you're switched between two modes, which is pussy, money,
Absolutely.
and business and self-development and like gym stuff is in there, but to a lesser degree, unless you hyper focus on that because you need to, like
100%.
Fuck everything. I'm going to Thailand. I'm going to do kickboxing. I'm going to get super in shape. I'm going monk mode, but that's a very rare thing because it's like that's a select mission. And then after,
but when I'm hyper focused on money, that's when I'm at my best.
Correct.
When I'm hyper focused on pussy, that's when I'm getting sloppy.
Yep. Because you only have so much time and input, and like it's just bandwidth. Like you only have so much bandwidth and time, and I don't know if I believe this completely, but like everyone only has a limited amount of of the power to say no, or like just kind of like there's only so much like willpower you have, so you end up going down to like what's the easiest path, or like because sometimes the best decision is the hard decision, and you can't do it because it's like you're having a good time, right? And always mogging. That's right.
Stay mogging.
Stay mogging, baby. But like, I'll definitely I'm gonna check the coin out. I'm gonna check the coin out now. Just because you guys are funny.
Yeah,
I like community shit. I like community shit.
Well, I mean, you told me you love Pepe, so this is a Pepe token. Pepe, Pog and Peasy are both Pepe coins.
And you know what I like about them is that they're not trying. Like, this is the biggest, dumbest thing. If you want to lose money, this you do it. Like, I made a lot of money on Solana by buying frog coins that aren't just inherently ripping off Pepe. They can be a variant, like they can be like,
that's what these are. They're variants.
They're variants, but don't, like, everyone is like, this is the Pepe on Sol. Oh, stupid. Never say it. That's it. It's just
that's the thing, right? So there is a Pepe on PulseChain, but these two blow it out of the water. Like they're both Pog is literally like the Mog, like sunglasses and stuff with Pepe. Yes. And then Peasy is Pepe with a bandana and a red sideways hat on. It's like a gangster Pepe, but he's always doing like cute little mischievous shit.
Yeah. And the one thing, like, I think a lot of the guys in Hex and PulseChain need to go on TikTok and Instagram and see how they're marketing the tokens, and on Twitter, and like look at N2. If you did half as what N2 did on PulseChain, the coin would be massive, because it's all about reach, man. Like, I mean, this shit, I mean, even though it's semi-racist but hilarious, but not in a bad way. Like, I mean, this shit's funny as fuck, right? But like that, like, it's super active Twitter. I think the community needs to make more original, like, meme content. Like, that's what we need. Like it can't just be like, buy this with a funny picture. Like, the meta has changed. You can have you some of your posts can be the picture, of course, right? But you need to have shit like
Nigga Chain, the first fully AI layer 2 blockchain built on Solana by niggas for niggas. LLM, lot of lil money's technology.
That like a thing, right? And that's just and the only reason I put it in my show, to show marketing.
Absolutely. But this is what I explained to some of these communities, right? My favorite communities are the ones that interact with me and don't try to show me shit. They're literally just shit posting. They're posting memes, but there's never like, yo, buy this. It's just having fun. We're posting memes back and forth and just having a good time. And that's Pog, that's Mog, that's Peasy, that's PulseChain on PulseChain. Like, these guys, they're not really pushing it down my throat. And that's why I fuck with them, because they're just out here in the trenches shit posting heavy.
Now, okay, now let me explain something right here with this one right here. Boys Club Max, you're right. Peasy's is a literary Pepe, not a variant. Study page, blah blah blah, comic. I think NMM is Pepe. All right, so look, there's something in. All right, so there's something in. You ever heard of birth order or order? I'll send you a video on it. It's a very interesting. It's a real thing where in what order you're born starts dictating how your personality is, whether you like it or not, whether you're the youngest, the middle child, the oldest, the second oldest, a twin. But there's a rule in there where, like, let's just say, this is really fucked, but this is the real thing. So let's just say there's an older brother and he's mentally challenged, and there's like the second brother. The second brother will become the older child mentally, because special needs can actually change the birth order in terms of mentally.
Oh,
also,
wow.
another thing is, like, let's just say I'm the middle child, you're the older brother, but I become a superstar football player. I mentally become the older child.
That makes sense.
Because star power puts you over. So this is where I put psychology into meme things. No one, I mean, now you can be right. Like, I know the boys club, the boy clubs, that's where Pepe came from and stuff, but Pepe's evolved into its own. Pepe is now the king of all the frogs, whether you like it or not. And it's even though it's like whatever it's become into, it's cucked everyone else in the birth order.
Yeah.
So
here's the thing. I like Pepe so much that I'm okay with variants, because it's
exactly
more Pepes.
Exactly. But then, but like, you guys are never going to, like, this is the part where you're like, watch this. Peasy is literally Pepe, not a variant. That's exactly what when I read this, and I don't mean it in a hateful way.
Damn, you're gonna do them like that?
It's the truth. I come here to teach. Like, I'm a 33 life path. Like, I'm a teach master builder, top of the apex. Like, Peasy is literally a Pepe, not a variant. Study page 154.
I've actually spoken to him. He doesn't sound like that.
No, I know he doesn't, but that's how I interpret what he's writing to me right now. And this is why voice chats and, like, doing, like, streams like this is super important, because, like, written text is terrible to get your point. Do you know how many arguments I've had in my life over text messages where I'm like, no, bitch, I didn't mean that at all. I meant in this way. Why? Like, oh my God. And then I read it.
Even that, right? Let's go back to the Donald Trump thing we were talking about earlier. When he like sent that shot at Kamala, and then he tried to explain it afterwards, that's where he fucked it up. He should have just dropped it and let it go. He didn't have to say, "Oh, do you know where that came from?" or something. You know what I'm saying? Like that, you fucked the meme up.
Yeah, it's over explaining and stuff. But, like, some people legitimately don't get it, and then also, like, but then ask me, it's like, Miguel, why don't you get it? Well, this is how I'm understanding it. And then watch, he talks to me, and I'm like, oh, I kind of get what you're saying now. You should have wrote in it like that instead of this. Right. And then this is why, like, it's important to, like, have multi-level of like explanation. If your whole thing is like PZ and this, right? Like, then you've got to hit it from all angles. You got to, like, I mean, just like a bitch, you got to hit it from all fucking angles, right? Like, whatever you're doing, right? So, I mean, you gotta do written.
How do you feel about cat memes?
Personally, I don't like cats as much, but I've made some money on cat memes, but I just find that, like, they're much more finicky in terms of, like, how I've seen how their price charts are on Solana and on Ethereum. I've done much better with dog variant coins and frog coins. Or, like, I would even say like a fusion of a dog and a frog is a monkey, like a punky and stuff like that. The cat ones have been tough for me. Like, I'm just being the truth. Like, I have just not done personally that well with the cat ones. I've tried, and, like, it's just, like, I don't know, maybe, like, I'm a dog guy. It's just in real life.
Me too. But
I
will note that there are a lot of cat people out there. And I think here's the thing, right? I feel like PulseChain is wide open in terms of memes. Like, I feel like a lot of people could come launch some really successful meme coins on PulseChain. But there's one that I haven't really mentioned, and it's Kishka. Kishka is Richard Hart's cat.
That one, I see it.
Yeah,
see, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Connected to the founder. It's his childhood cat. There are tweets about it. There's pictures of him with the cat.
Right.
And then, it's one of the only cat coins on PulseChain.
Yeah.
And it's connected to the founder.
There's
Teddy is directly connected to the founder.
To the founder because of the teddy bear he would always show off during the stream. You see,
right.
Like, that makes sense because like, one of the things the first things I teach in the class because I always have a webinar on Hex. Whether you like it or not, The Jesus Christ figure, the God figure in PulseChain is Richard. That's what it is.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
and that's what's happening. Like, that's what it is. So, like, I've said, like, if Richard said, like, your shit's hella gay, then everyone will just dump it.
Yeah.
So he's careful.
Well,
like,
Richard is religion to a lot of these people, a lot more than most other founders are to
Correct.
holders of their chain. Like, a lot of these people have read Richard's books. Like, they believe his word is almost like gospel. Yeah. So like, his influence, he has a lot more influence than certain other founders, and people tend to, like, I want to say, like, deify or like idolize him.
Yeah. And it's in the society of lack of, like, we are religious creatures, and it's like, even like, imagine this in the I'm so anti-religious, you know, I'm an atheist, and they make atheism into a religion.
Yeah, exactly.
Atheism is a religion. It's just, I mean, like, run clubs are now just a place to go pick up some chick when everyone's pretending they're going to be getting in shape, and they're not. The only cardio
I said this to somebody earlier, right? Like, and this is not at all like me throwing shade at Richard or anybody in PulseChain, but like, the whole purpose of this was for decentralization, and now you're putting somebody on a platform that's a centralized figure that you're saying is basically in control of the network. So, like, to me, it kind of goes against the whole ethos, but I mean, it's fun and it's cool, and I don't have an issue with it, but it's kind of backwards in a way.
Yeah. But it's true. Yes. Completely true. But then I look at every successful project that's actually successful. They all do it to lesser extents or more extents, but everything has a fucking figure. I mean, look, if Vitalik died tomorrow, you tell me Ethereum's price is not going to dump?
It would.
It would.
Well, here's the great thing about Bitcoin.
It wouldn't die though. It would Saint Vitalik in this crushing. I mean, he was like, I mean, they'd have him next to a picture with a bunch of fucking, like, big titty fucking Asian bitches on his feet, you know, like, going like this, like Saint Luigi, right? You want to know some crazy shit? Like, look at our society, right? The guy who kills the CEO of fucking United Health, right? He's now Saint Luigi. None of his family showed up to his court hearing. You had 24 bitches showed up trying to talk to him, trying to fuck
crazy.
Him. 24. His mugshot comes out he's like that fucking felon dude who, like, the light-skinned black dude and shit who's a felon who took a picture, and it was like, oh my god, and bitches were like, oh, this dude's so fucking hot, and now, like,
oh yeah, I remember him,
and now he's a fucking professional model.
Yeah, crazy.
Aggravated assault and robbery. The guy went to jail.
I remember that. But yo, so like, I was just gonna say, like, the cool part about Bitcoin is you don't have that, but then I realized if Saylor died, it's dumping. Even though he's not the founder, he's kind of installed himself as, like, this figure, right? That had nothing to do with it, essentially. But now he's got such a large position that if he died, I think Bitcoin would dump.
So watch this. Antonopoulos, Max Kaiser, Roger Ver, Saylor. Look at that. It's just transitioned from one to two. Like, there's always like a in-betweener. Like,
Andreas was like the OG.
OG.
Like, that's Max who got me into Bitcoin.
Max Kaiser was like the one between like 13 and 15-ish. And then what's his name? Bitcoin Jesus, what's his name? Roger Ver took over. And then, you know, we kind of really didn't have much of a meta guy. Like, I mean, Bitcoin just kind of was his own thing in 21. There were some guys, like, then they started pedal. We always pedalize. I mean, even the Bitcoiners, they try to jack off and say, like, if Satoshi, like, we'd probably be, if we knew who Satoshi was, we'd probably be very disappointed.
Absolutely. Probably. He was going to call it Titcoin. He said he wanted to call Bitcoin Titcoin because he thought it would get more exposure.
Bro.
Have you seen that?
No.
Dude, it's a legitimate email.
Oh, no.
Like, yeah, but just pull it up.
Yeah. Pull it. I mean, I don't know. Like, give me
the
link.
Yeah. Hold on. I gotta find it.
That's hilarious, dude.
Yeah, look, hold on. Bitcoin, Titcoin. I got get the image up.
Voice Max Club in DC. DC do that dork voice too good, bro. I'm a master at it, man. bruh, buy my coin, bruh. Fucking losers.
come on.
Bah. Yes, I will, master. Bah. You know.
Bing is like the worst. I'm on like a backup computer right now because I don't like streaming from my real computer because OPSEC reasons. So it's like I'm using Edge and it goes to Bing. It's like the worst search engine ever. Yeah. Hold on. I had to get over to Google. Satoshi
They sent me Ask Jeeves.
Bitcoin. Bitcoin. All right, here you go. Let me get the share screen up.
All right, 1 segundo, sir.
Where am I at? Share screen.
Bro, someone's gonna launch it on Solana. Titcoin, the original Bitcoin. Bruh.
Here we go. Boom.
All right.
August 21st, 2009. Satoshi Nakamoto
Random
to
question.
Marty Malmi.
But what do you think
What do you
about
think about Titcoin instead of Bitcoin? He bought the fucking
Either
domain.
way, I bought titcoin.org just in case. Incredible. Bro. I don't want to hear I don't want to hear this whole all the Bitcoiners sitting on their high horses, bro. Like we just I mean, these are all dorks, bro. Anyone doing any tech stuff is a dork. We're doing we could be top dorks, but you cannot make that up, dude.
I literally just found out about this like a month ago. I had no idea either, and I was like, no way. So I did some digging, and it's actually real.
Yeah, I mean, the only weird thing I knew about Bitcoin early on was I knew originally it was going to have the ability for you to play poker on it as well.
Really?
Yeah, Bitcoin was from the jump, and gambling was involved with crypto absolutely since the beginning.
So actually, it was proposed in I think it was the 80s or 90s. There was somebody proposed making a decentralized currency, but they never kind of got it together or figured it out. I forget what the name of it was going to be, but it was bit something.
So
and then Satoshi,
the sovereign individual, which was all PayPal mafia.
Oh,
and Peter Thiel. It was Peter Thiel and all that jazz in the back, dude. Literally, if you actually even look at the presidential election, every single vice president candidate was completely run and controlled and funded by Peter Thiel and the PayPal mafia. Absolutely
crazy.
Vivek, I mean, look at it all. Look at it; it's insane. And when you really look who's running a quarter to half the background of Trump's administration, it's Peter Thiel.
Yeah,
bro. I mean, I don't mind. It's cool and shit, but it's just it's at least good to know. But interesting too. Here, you want a little tidbit? Here's a little fun fact. You may not know that. So remember how was it last year there was the big crash in Silicon Valley Bank?
Yeah.
Peter Thiel's gay, allegedly.
Super gay, I heard.
Right, allegedly, of course.
Loves the cock.
Well, apparently he was dating the guy running Silicon Valley Bank, and the last person to see him was him. And basically, they met. The dude literally jumped off a building, killed himself. It was never reported in the news. And so you would think if the Silicon Valley Bank that's actually imploding around, you'd think you would have heard the CEO jumped off the building and killed himself. You never heard that. And then apparently Peter Thiel and him were into a couple. And then literally after they met, he started announcing on Twitter and announcing to his people, hey, I don't think Silicon Valley Bank is solvent. You guys should take all your money out of the bank, and started the bank run on it, allegedly.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
And they started blaming it on crypto, and it wasn't a crypto. It was they just stupidly it's just what the bank did is took all their extra money and just bought a bunch of mortgage-backed securities and bought a bunch of bonds when the interest rates were zero, and then the interest rates went up. They lost a bunch of money on the books on it, so they had to move it to the other side. You know how we have these screens like this, so I can move as a bank, I can move my bonds over to the it's I stake them, but they can't be on stakes. But I can take bonds that will pay me out, but if they're on my books, I have heavy losses, so I can move them on this side, and then basically they can't be used on my balance sheet to show losses. But I get to keep the income that comes from it, but eventually I recoup my money, but they have to stay on there. So it's kind of they give banks this power here, so they don't like destroy their things, because interest rates change, and then that destroys the bond market prices for these bonds basically. So these guys just took all their cash basically, because we had during COVID we had all this money come in. I think it was like 50 to 80% of every Silicon Valley startup banked. And it was actually in writing that they had, most of these things had to open their bank account at Silicon Valley Bank. And that's where they put the money. So all the money ran through there, and they just put it into mortgage-backed securities. They put it into like bonds at like the lowest interest, when interest rates were zero. And then literally as the Fed within 1 year just raised it like a massive amount, right? We went from 0 to like 2-3% really quickly, and then eventually up to like 5.25% in interest rates. The bonds just went down 80%. So basically they took all the reserve of capital, like 90% of the book off. They had no cash. They had a couple companies exit. They had no money. Done. Collapsed.
Crazy.
And it was just all of them from being who in their fucking right. I would if like, I understand you got to keep making money, but like if you're earning nothing on, I mean, I'd rather just hold the cash. I mean, I know banks have to keep money rolling, and you have to keep making money rolling. But at that point, what I would do, I mean, if I was them, I would just start I'd rather just loan the money out, and at least I'd get a higher interest rate. Or like, hey, motherfucker, I know you're super speculative. You're going to pay us 5% because we're lending you this money. All right. And people would pay it, like people like your startup needs money. Like it would have been they're Silicon Valley Bank. You think they'd be Silicon Valley like loans. It would have been much safer doing that than actually what they did. They could have invested half the money, kept the other half in cash, and done these loans, and then like probably recouped it, over time. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Sorry. But yeah.
We went off to the right there somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere, like let me get everyone back into attention real quick.
The science guy. Bill.
All right, cool. Now we're back to attention.
Like
that's for you.
The science guy.
Bill.
Just clean my whole brain out.
All roads lead to PayPal Mafia. Like everyone should read The Sovereign Individual. In the first text of The Sovereign Individual, it literally thanks and basically honors Peter Thiel. And like
most powerful gay man in the world, you think?
Probably, yeah. Or at least that we know of. There's probably some backers that we don't know, but like
the gay cabal.
The gay cabal. Oh shit. But yeah, basically, yeah. There's something up there, man. The redwoods are scary at night, So anyway, just I guess I get to go back to the whole Hex and PulseChain stuff. I mean, I think this stuff's at a great price. We had that dip. I mean, obviously a coordinated attack against Richard.
Yeah.
Pretty much the SEC is going to lose. I mean, it looks like it's getting thrown out in January. Like I've been telling people, all right, let's put Hex in a box and PulseChain in a box. You're fucking crazy if you think we're not pumping on inauguration day, like right. January 20th. It's literally less than a month away. Like, why? That's why I've been buying up the dip like crazy. Is it speculation? Yes. But like actually one coin that I bought the low on recently was this is the first ETH meme coin I bought in a long time, since like Pepe basically, right? I bought a pretty decent amount of the Doge meme, Department of Government Efficiency meme.
Oh yeah, I think there was one of those on Solana too that I was looking at.
I bought both. So they're the market cap
That's
on
a
Solana.
good play.
It's a good play because it's like, bro, it's gonna pump. Like, I mean, I bought it at 85 million to 91 million market cap is where I bought it at. I think I bought $2 to $3 million, $2 to $3 million market cap on the other one on Solana, and I'd be shocked if it didn't go to $1 billion.
That's cheap for something connected to Elon, Trump, and Vivek.
Bro, I mean, look at this. I mean, like, I could even show the chart on it. Like, watch. Let me see. Where is this? Yeah, it's 140 million. I'm up 50% of my investment already. And I flipped I flipped billions of Pepe into Doge and stuff. So I took Pepe money. So I was like, all right, I think this will probably go up more in the short term, and I'll use that to build my Pepe bags even bigger, basically.
Yeah.
But like,
that's what I keep trying to explain to people, right? Like the rotations. If
rotation.
you have high conviction rotations, like that's the way to grow your stack in whatever you're like passionate about.
So this coin, obviously, let's just skip this part right here because obviously, right?
Right.
But topped out 51 cents. It crashed right here to 7 cents. I bought right
like
here.
It bottomed out. Yeah.
I bought right here. Like all this right here I bought. And then now it's run up to here. And it's still really cheap. So if I look at market cap wise, like, I mean, I could just like do the math on it real quick. Like, what is it? Yeah. Oh, it's literally 1 for 1 now. So yeah. So basically it went to about $500 million. It went to $510 million. It's
Which is
all-time
still
high.
cheap. For Doge, like for a government agency tied to Elon is cheap.
Yeah. Now, is he behind it? Probably not. Or maybe he is. Who knows, right? I mean, we're all. I mean, I think anyone smoking crack if you think that Elon didn't have a bunch of secret Doge bags, like
of course,
dumb, super dumb. Now this one is iffy, of course, but like maybe, right? But it doesn't have to be attached. But because they caught this is the smart thing about Ethereum. Some whales in Ethereum see that like. Let's just pump this up a little bit so it becomes the main one so that it doesn't go to Solana.
Yeah.
And this is the
it's a war.
It's a war in the background. So Ethereum's being a lot more tactful of where they're Solana and Ethereum being very tactful about where they're hitting. And so because Ethereum just doesn't have the volume, that they don't have the cheapness to do it. So they have to go with like it's gonna just move crazy. So after a certain point, I'll take some profits and then I'll just keep I'll keep like 30-40% of my bag for like the rest of the cycle and then roll the rest back into Pepe basically. And just maybe I might be able to add like 40% to my Pepe bag, which would be pretty nice.
This man's a pro, ladies and gentlemen.
It's rotations, bro. I have literally just traded Pepe, but like I know too, like the next, like if I pull up Pepe, right? Like the best chart, don't look at this for Pepe, like because the normie, like so this one because it's on here, low liquidity. It's not on any major exchange, which is the big one. You have to look at normies. How are normies looking at it, right? Like, and this is all I've literally just become a psychologist, but that isn't broke. But like with this one, right? You have to look at like, all right, cool, right? So. This one, forget the price. Go by market cap. It's easier. It's the same thing, basically.
Yeah.
Look at this. I sold it at 420. 420.
Yeah.
So I sold literally said, it's probably like I have video of me saying all this stuff. I bought it way over here. Wrote it up here. Boom. Sold. I sold somewhere in the middle here. Rebought back over here. Held it. Just kept accumulating. And then boom, sold a good chunk of my stack here. Rebought down here. Video evidence of me doing this, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. And like I said, it's probably going to 69 billion. It's probably going to 6.9 billion. Where to go? Sold there. Boom. Bought down here. And I said 9.6. This is the only one I didn't sell because I was too busy with fucking meme coins. I'm phantom. I fucking fumbled that one. But I'll admit where I was wrong. I fumbled that one. But
it's important, right? For the people that are learning this stuff, like it's good to admit your mistakes. None of us are perfect. We all fumble shit.
Yeah, and this is me being. And now I could be an asshole and say I just had a kid and like I'm super busy and like I'm managing all this other stuff. Yeah, but still, like I'm as locked in as you can be. But obviously, like life, like
yeah.
Fuck Pepe if it means like my son needs my help, right?
Absolutely.
It is what it is there. But like, shout out to Fast Abdul. Tell me your secrets, right? But yeah, Fast Abdul is cool, man. But I did buy this low right here. Very close to the low. Told my guys at the Citadel about it, and we're up a little bit of profit on this one right here. But I know for a fact, like, where's the next top on this? It's 14 billion to 16 billion is going to be the next top on this, and it'll be 14.2 billion, or it'll be literally 16.9 billion. Why? 420, 69. It keeps doing it. It's the truth. And I'm not lying. Why did I choose? Remember I said, how did I know it was going to top out around like I said this openly too. I'm going to take profit on this coin around 9.6 billion. Why? That's 69 backwards. But is it wrong? No.
Nah,
I was right.
Sometimes
I was right. Like this is how this coin's operating. Let me tell you short. Like, what's the stretch goal? 42 billion market cap, 69 billion market cap, and then it goes, and it probably will go to like, it'll do the same, it'll copy the same all-time high, so it'll probably be like 96 billion market cap to 100 billion market cap. That's what it is. Like, I mean, and they will do that because because if you look at right here, like let me right here, right? 420, 69. There's the fucking there you go. I'm giving you sauce right now for days.
Coded.
It's coded.
Coded.
Like, I mean, you know, as a matter of fact, let me fucking give you a little. Let me hit it. This deserves a Pepe right here because of this shit. It's coded, bro. Hard coded.
I didn't even know that. That's hilarious.
Yeah. And this is why, and this is the important thing is like you can make money no matter what. Like you're making money in different way. This is why like it's so important to look. We're all looking at different things, right?
Right. And, well, that's the. So I was just saying it yesterday. The signal to noise ratio is crazy right now. Like there is so much shit to try to pay attention to, that trying to drill down, even in one different chain. It's yeah. That's why I like PulseChain though, right? Because it's simpler.
Yeah, it's simple. It's obvious. Yeah, it's simpler, but it also like there's like, but it's like underbought because of like the extra steps and like the FUD.
Right.
That's your bonus.
Yeah, because you're an early, like you got the front run advantage.
Informational advantage.
Yep.
Informational advantage. It's like this is the only game. Like I live in Las Vegas, right? I live in Las Vegas, and when we go gamble, the house has the edge. In crypto, we have the edge. If you're locked in. If you're locked in. And also, you can maybe not be that great. And just because you're around, like you were at least at the very, if you're only redeeming quality is like you didn't disappear during the bear run and you're able to just buy random stuff, you'll probably still end up winning. That's incredible. That's absolutely incredible. That's why I love crypto so much. Like it's, and then so many people hate, like I'm gonna tell you this right now. Like this is going to be the big thing, right? So when crypto's hot, like I always say this example to influencers when saying them, like, you know, when crypto's like when Bitcoin's in the shitter, bro, like I'm a 3 out of 10 adjustable. Like I'm an ugly ass bitch. Crypto cracked 100K, man. Shit, man. Miguel started,
DMs start popping
off, man. Shit, I got a couple NFL players in the fucking DMs now. You know, like they don't want to wife me up, but like they want to hang out. You know.
Yeah, for sure, man, bro. It never fails. Every time it starts pumping, my DMs start lighting up. Like,
yo, Bitcoin hits $250,000.
Hey, stranger.
They start want to marry me like Bezos. You know, like. It is the truth. And it's, bro, like I said, we hit the point. Any smart normie is buying right now when Bitcoin hit 100K. If they're smart, right? Because it's like, oh, it hit 100K. The thing that's holding us back, this entire market's being held back, is what is it? It's Ethereum has, as soon as Ethereum breaks the all-time high, we're off. It's on.
Yeah.
It's all seasons on.
Because they technically run together, right? And this is the only time we've seen it essentially decoupled in where ETH was lagging so far behind, but Solana was pumping.
And it's mostly because the ETF and more people, there's just more normies just know more about Bitcoin than Ethereum, and you have much more serious people talking about Bitcoin. Now, the thing that'll help even the playing field a little bit is they fucked over Ethereum for the ETFs. The ETF should have included staking rewards, staking yield. And because the most, actually believe it, but last cycle, the largest holder of crypto in terms of like as a fiduciary in terms of like they're holding this stuff was Fireblocks, was an Israeli owned company, which I just found that out not recently, but in 21. And I was like, yikes. Now it's Coinbase. Coinbase is holding all the money. And
Brian Armstrong.
Yeah, and it's getting away from Fireblocks, which is in the middle of a lot of the stuff because of FTX and, you know, Celsius and Voyager, because everyone had to use, because it was like this whole thing where like they're all using it. So it's sort of this whole thing where like I know they're not the best, but I have to use them because everyone else is using them. So I can use that as deniability. Like, well, everyone else was like, every other player was using it. Like I was doing the right thing, so you can't get fired for that. You're still gonna get fired, but like you can't get like in jail because like no, that was a fiduciary right responsibility. I had to use them. They're the market leader. Well, yeah, that's right. You know, it's checkboxing to protect yourself, right?
Yeah.
And so Coinbase is the leader this time around with holding all that stuff. So Coinbase could, and this is that whole thing why Vitalik was like in the when the ETFs were getting kind of rolled out, Vitalik was talking about like raising it to 1,000 Ethereum per validator. And then the fucking community fucking had a fucking aneurysm. And then now recently he's been talking about lowering it to 1 Ethereum to make a validator.
Wow.
Because look at if I go here, right? Like if I go here, right? Let me go ETH, right? ETH. Today, Junior. There you go. That's still incredible price, 3,400, right? But if I go down here, right, 32 ETH to make a validator, right? 109,000. Where in the fuck is the average American or average anybody who makes any like you know how locked in like usually most people have 20% of disposable income after paying bills. Usually.
What's the return on an ETH validator?
3 to 4%, 3 to 5%.
That's it.
That's
so
it.
you're dumping the opportunity cost of 109,000 to make 3%.
Yeah. Now it adds up over like it. Now if you have a whole like if let's just say if you had the whole like in 20 after 22 the bottom let's just say in like January of 23, right? You jumped in there and it's safe and it is, you know, that can be quite significant. It's the whole thing where like if you have like let's just say I have 100,000 and I have it staked for this many years and then I unstake them at that point, you know, I just added like 10,000 11,000 extra, you know, Ethereum. Plus, it's also that's the average, but there's also because you know because you're validating, you also could get extra rewards and stuff. It's kind of like hex staking, how like people can emergency unstake. There could be some fuck ups, and there are higher gas fee days. You get more money, just like on a validating on PulseChain. You know, it's cheaper. It's much cheaper to validate on PulseChain. It's 32 million Pulse. It's not that much money. It's at some point it's be like, whoa, those validators are expensive. But you can make multiple ones. But some days when you're validating on PulseChain, you get a nice extra payout when their volume's up or a big fuck up or something like that, right? They do get a portion of gas fees, yeah. They do get a portion of gas fees, but good portions burned away as well for the supply. They keep it negative. But if they lowered it to 1, hey, I can do. And then even if this goes to 15,000, that's still kind of doable,
right?
Right? Like, I mean,
but at the same time, like, why not just park it in Solana where you're getting 7+%?
Here's the thing. You're right. You definitely. Well, it's mostly because bigger, like Ethereum's trusted more. The code is more verified, and 2, it's just market cap wise. Like maybe next. I think next cycle that will be much more of a real thing on Solana. But the Solana chain's been paused too many fucking times.
There's other options. I was just using Solana.
But you're right. But
there's Polkadot.
We can't.
There's a few other chains.
In crypto, we cannot afford to have a fuck up on an ETF. Oh my god! If like one of these fucking ETF coins has a fucking malfunction,
yeah, god. Or it could be a great buying opportunity.
Yeah, but the thing is, like TradFi is like, oh my god, this shit, like you would nuke inflows.
Yeah.
You would nuke inflows and it would just set us back. It could literally, like, let's say Ethereum had like a fucking bug and it went cycle over. Like I've said,
then everybody's gonna be like, "See, we told you." Like,
told you, yeah. And the thing is,
these crypto nerds.
If Bitcoin has a bug, bull market over. If Ethereum has a bug, bull market over.
How hilarious would that be if Bitcoin had like some type of malicious code that was triggered at a certain point that just nuked everything? Like, it would be terrible, but at the same time, like, that would be kind of crazy.
It would. That's a black swan. It's not, and like, I mean, Richards helped save a little bit of that and stuff like they had found a bug on Bitcoin Cash that was actually applicable. There was a Bitcoin Cash developer that found a bug that could have affected Bitcoin, and they actually disclosed it to Bitcoin so it wouldn't happen to Bitcoin.
I remember that.
Yeah, and
there was something else like that too.
Yeah, there's printing, but like, this whole thing, like Bitcoin in the beginning, like they had a printing issue, like it's swept under the rug, but like
double spends.
It's not perfect. Like Hex is flawless. N2 baby, Fender Bridge, 1 gazillion TPS. You know, like there's certain things. You know, Hex 555. You know, like we flawless uptime. Flawless uptime. Now, has the bridge been clogged? Of course, man. But, we all have these days on the toilet,
All right, so as a newer Hex and PulseChain on board, I have a question for you because you seem very knowledgeable, and this is something as an also pretty knowledgeable person that I've questioned myself, and I've been scared to ask on my Twitter because I don't want everybody to hate me.
Okay.
Is there any proof that PulseChain can scale, or are the fees just cheap because it's like less used like Ethereum was back when Ethereum's fees were cheap?
So, yes, we can scale. Basically, we can essentially take any upgrade that does happen to Ethereum 2.0, we can adopt it. Now, there's already like 2 or 3 upgrades. One upgrade that's going to happen to Ethereum, supposedly in 2025, I do believe it's going to happen sometime between the first 2 quarters of the year, that will more or less give you about like, it'll lower gas fees by like 4x, right? And that can be applied to PulseChain. So we can essentially take any Ethereum upgrade and put it on PulseChain. Now, there's Sonic Phantom has a upgrade that's called FVM, but it rebranded to Sonic, but it's the FVM, which is the Ethereum virtual machine, is what almost every L1 and L2 is using, or a version of it. And essentially, unless they roll their own chain, almost everyone's using the EVM, which is the Ethereum virtual machine. And the main problem with that is it's not really about the TPS. That's the problem. The problem is the amount of smart contracts and sort of like, a smart contract or a complicated smart contract is like, okay, sell at this price, buy here, then do this and yield farm and come back and then give me the profits, right? And you can only have a certain amount of those per block. And it essentially clogs up, like the heart can only handle like 10, as an example, just using a dumb example here, like a block on Ethereum may only be able to handle 100 smart contracts. And as Ethereum becomes more and more used, you start having clogging issues. It's not, if it's just sending transactions, it could handle quite a lot of transactions sending. But it's
all the contract.
It's all the contracts that fucking fuck it up. So what the FVM does, the FVM's already, and it's proven already, it does work. FVM it works on the Ethereum 2.0, and the Ethereum Foundation invested into the Phantom Foundation in order to get it, and GitLab as well. And so the FVM is something that can be added to Phantom and has already been added to Phantom, and it can be added to any Ethereum 2.0 variant. So the FVM at some point will be used on Ethereum, which then in turn will be used on PulseChain. So the FVM can give about a 9 to 11x decrease in gas fees, and it also increases TPS by 9 to 11x as well. So we're like the Ethereum, just the FVM alone, along with the other upgrade to Ethereum, we're going to see a massive reduction in gas fees. This is why I'm still bullish on E-Hex still. I'm very bullish on Ethereum, because these upgrades can just be added to PulseChain. And then PulseChain's already like much faster and we're like 4-ish times faster already than Ethereum anyway. It's going to make us lightning fast. So,
but am I essentially correct in the sense that if PulseChain were to scale to Ethereum's level right now, it would have the same issues?
At the higher, eventually, it's just the thing is, it's at some point, like it's at the highest points, but then it just depends on what are we using it for. Like, I mean, like basically, like with these upgrades, we can essentially do everything. The gas fees will be under control for the most part. No matter what, at a peak in the market, you're going to have a little high gas fee, but it might be something like, I think with all these upgrades, we might have like, oh no, I paid fucking $4 for a transaction, and I paid $25 to unstake. That might be the peak or something like that. Just
because that's fine. Like that's not
that bad, and then it goes down. But what people are talking about scaling, what they always come out to is like, I need to put Visa on the blockchain, or I need to put fucking Twitter on the blockchain. That's always the fucking argument, right? And yeah, 300. No, it's more like 3,000 versus 300. But but also too, we have much less smart contracts on PulseChain than we do Ethereum. But it's also this kind of I forgot the name of the argument, but basically it's this whole thing is like, if you have it will just be used. So if you have no fees per transactions, then you'll have a bunch of spam bots. So you have to have some fees, right? But if it gets cheap enough and it's fast enough, then people will just start launching stupid, retarded shit that you shouldn't launch. Like another thing, like one thing that really fucked with Solana is that people decided to put one of the top dApps on Solana last cycle was basically one of the top dApps on Solana was a weather app where they would just put all the weather data on this app and they would just start fucking filling up blocks on Solana. And then at some point, like, why is that on the fucking chain? It's stupid as hell. Why are we doing that?
Why are you clogging up the blocks with stuff that doesn't need to be on there?
Correct. And then there's also this other thing where like NFT projects have to be really careful. And this happened to so Phantom and Solana were beefing last cycle, and it looks like allegedly some of Solana developers came into the Phantom ecosystem, and essentially it looks like they may have jacked some money, and then undisclosed developers from Phantom went over and then mass spammed and crashed the entire Solana network by creating millions of NFTs. And then that stopped. Yeah. And then the little war stopped really quick with Solana versus Phantom.
Yeah, it's still the Wild West in a way. It's not as crazy as it was back in the day, but there's definitely still a lot of shit going on behind the scenes that most retail traders have no idea about.
I wouldn't have known that if I wasn't in the trenches and knew what was kind of going on. But people just thought Solana's down again. Someone spammed it up, and then people never asked, well, why they do that? Oh, it was a couple $1 million stolen from a fucking platform that wasn't fucking around. They were just trying to fuck up Phantom, and then so the thing is like Solana learned really quickly that you can't go band for band or developer with Sonic or Phantom because they'll fucking clap your ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Solana, I've used Solana a lot, and I generally like it. I just wish it didn't have all those issues.
Yeah, and it's essentially an L2, really. It's kind of an L2.
Yeah.
I mean, it's super centralized, and the whole thing with Solana is so cool. I mean, the cool thing about Solana is like what made them different is like, I mean, they roll their own code, which is dangerous, but they did it, and it's a U.S. backed chain. That's the other thing why it's being pushed so much. Silicon Valley backed, and it's only one of two chains that are actually U.S. backed legitimately. The one is Solana, the other one is Near Protocol, which is completely created by Y Combinator. That's the only two.
Near.
I like Near too. Near is a low key one that could get an ETF late cycle.
Well, because it's tied in, right? Like
it's tied into Silicon Valley. That's the only reason I own it. Yeah. Now there's other ones now too that are like, and now every coin of their mom because of what Trump said that like, hey, maybe we give special tax things, no taxes on whatever on coins that are U.S. based. And now now HBAR and XRP is like, we've always been U.S. based, even though we're working with the Chinese to create secret fucking payment networks between Chinese and this to overthrow SWIFT network. That's actually one of the reasons why like XRP got so pissed off. They actually fucked off and like they're like, they won't let us in the US. So then they went off and started creating an anti-SWIFT system for Asia to trade between China, Japan, and Korea. Factually, by the way. I know that factually, by the way. And then now like, oh, they're coming back. Oh, I love that. And then never forget, Brian, never forget the guy that runs XRP and Ripple today donated $15 million to Kamala Harris. Never forget that.
Yeah, I remember hearing that.
Never forget that. Like, and now he's like, I want to donate to Trump now.
These people are so slimy. Like, I don't understand what your purpose of doing that was. Like, because obviously Kamala did not have a pro crypto stance at all, and the Biden administration, which she was a part of, was very anti crypto.
Yeah. Yeah. So like it's yeah.
But here's the thing. I don't think XRP views themselves as crypto. I think they view themselves as a financial tool, and they don't give a fuck about crypto. And I don't even dislike XRP. I feel like that's probably how they think.
I think this cycle is like one thing I really want to thank Murad. Murad, the guy like he did like the 2024 talk and stuff about NFTs and stuff and everything like that. He said something really. He basically just made it okay to like. He made it more acceptable for cults. Like even though like cults oh that community is a cult. That's become actually pretty positive actually now. Like oh your coin actually can be like damn that means like there's actually true believers there. Like bro,
right.
PulseChain has true fucking believers, bro. And
I just tweeted that tonight. I said this is the strongest community I've ever seen in crypto. The only thing that was even close was the XRP army. and that was back in the day. They've fallen off since then. But like I've never seen anything else like this in terms of like just raw put. Like look at the chat right now. These guys down here are all just shilling fucking PulseChain assets, and they've been here for 3 hours.
Yeah, look, it's midnight and most of the people in the United States right now, and this is like the day before Christmas Eve. Instead of spending time with your families, which I highly disrecommend, you're over here watching the stream, trying to get staying locked in, and watching us and hearing this stuff because I mean that's what it is, right? And this is the important that this community is fucking hardcore, and this is why they'll win and they've made money.
Speaking of Christmas, I just real quick need to shill myself for a second. I do a weekly spaces with SJ. I don't know if you know her.
Oh yeah, of course I know SJ. Of course, yeah. Shout out to SJ.
So we created like a little mini podcast spaces thing, and on Christmas, I think Eve or day, we're gonna do one for all the people that don't have anything to do, and it's kind of like a suicide prevention type awareness thing.
Really? Oh dang! Wow.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not like specifically for that, but it's kind of just for all the people. Holidays are rough on some people, and like they don't have family or whatever. And so me and SJ decided we're just gonna do like a little stream for everybody that doesn't have shit to do, so they have something to do.
Yeah, and well, I'll definitely be doing. I mean, I'll definitely try to come on at some point. Like I'm gonna do something for New Year's and Christmas and all this stuff. So definitely, I'll definitely come on and stuff. Just let me know. Just DM it to me, brother. I'll jump on.
I gotta figure out if she meant Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. I think she meant Christmas Day, but I'm not positive right now.
Yeah, because people I'm Latino, man. We celebrate Christmas at midnight on Christmas Eve. Some people they wait the morning to then wake up and then celebrate. But still, the 25th is also celebration day anyway. I don't know. Mexicans are just trying to squeeze more out of it. It's one of the only times, like as a kid, like, all right, you can stay up till midnight. No way. And I'm like, dude, I remember as a kid, fucking like struggle. I mean, like biting down on my fucking blanket, struggling to stay awake because I'm gonna get that fucking Game Boy Color with like the yellow version. I'm gonna get that silver version, man. I mean, I was so locked in, bro. I mean, I remember I was so sleepy, like struggling to stay awake that like I was like stealing, like I was grabbing some of my mom's coffee to like sip a little bit and like trying to like stay awake, and like I'd go outside and run outside in the cold to stay. Like, bro, I was locked in trying to get that Game Boy.
Love it.
Oh, dude. Milady, hello.
Milady. Yeah, there's a Milady on PulseChain too that's popping off. The charts are they were looking pretty good pre-dump. I haven't seen them since, but I think it held up. Most of the memes held up strong in the dump.
Shout out to Danielle, man. He's like, DC gave my first 100x on Pepe. Sheesh.
Nice.
Dude, I mean, I'm not lying, bro. Like, I literally, like, I had quite a few guys get in at like 80 million market cap. Some of you guys got below it because, like, technically that wasn't even the best. Like, I bought on, I told you I bought on that day. The next couple hours and the next day, it went even lower. And I just looked at my thing. I was like, well, I'm down on it. I'll just shit on it, whatever.
Yep.
Some people bought in earlier. Like, man.
Hockey sticks.
Hockey stick, bro. But I was like, bro, normally when I'm in my other studio, I have a Pepe clock that's always in the corner of my screen. I have literally I've been repping Pepe before there was a coin, just because I loved Pepe. Like, if there's
how can you not love Pepe?
Pepe is the apex. It's the greatest meme of all time. Like even though I like
literally,
but it's the most versatile. But I've got Pepe dressed up as an SS soldier. I've got Pepe dressed up as a cute little kid with a butterfly. I got Pepe attacking the Third Reich, defending freedom in World War II. I've got Pepe leading the Soviet march across Germany.
He's anything you want him to be.
Everything you want it to be between, It's incredible.
Absolutely.
So, I was going to ask you this last question real quick.
What's up?
Yeah. So yeah, in terms of scaling stuff, the scaling stuff, like, I mean, basically, I think for maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he's been working really hard in the background with developers or something. But like, I mean, I'm just gonna be real with you. We're basically piggybacking off of like Ethereum and Phantom in terms of upgrades, but that might be enough, you know, for like what we're doing. And then what we're trying to, because like what we're trying to do is like stay decentralized where like you can't turn it off. I mean, like we're the L1 with the most decentralized validators. Like they couldn't shut it off. They can't shut it off. There's no shutting it off. It will stay running forever. Basically, they're always like, I know one or two crazy motherfuckers in PulseChain that will just run a node just to say fuck you to the government forever. they'll just do it. Like I know somebody, I'm not saying his name to protect the innocent, he has a mobile setup that he can run validators from a van while moving.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
I love those
guys. They ain't shutting us off. It ain't shutting down. Like it ain't
those
shutting
guys
down.
are like the core of decentralization and cryptocurrency, and I love them.
Yeah. Now, the real question, Gates, are you going to ape $1 million into P-Hex?
Absolutely. Who says I didn't already?
There you go, man. There you go. Oh yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure Shill already knows. Like, you already downloaded the what's called like the the Pulse Bridge and the Pulse.
Yeah.
Okay,
I run
good.
it locally. I mean, I don't always use it that way, but I definitely have it.
It's nice to have. Yeah. It is annoying when you have like an odd, not what do you call it, a virus software, and they literally, you have to go into so many settings to leave that for you to be able to run it. It's so lame. I hate that.
Yeah,
but
that
like,
shit wasn't working with Chrome at all. I couldn't get it to pop. Like the websites weren't loading. I don't know why.
Yeah,
but I was also using what was the one I used the other day?
I don't
know. It's like it's an aggregator of all the different.
Ethos?
I think that's it. Yeah.
Ethos or the internet wallet?
No, I use Internet Money Wallet too, but I think it's the first one you said. I'm still learning about these things because
Ethos is the aggregator. Yeah,
that was pretty cool.
I'm surprised. Have you jumped into like 9-inch BBC, bro? Like that's my boys like meme exchange, man.
I was fucking with that too, but like I don't know. I honestly like I was getting a little bit of penis envy. That fucking eggplant just kept staring me in the face, and I thought it was like threatening me.
God damn, bro. Damn. Well, I'll get you and Hexy together, man. Hexy's a great dude, man. If you ever come out any live events, man, I'm doing an event down here in Las Vegas, man. Don't worry, I protect the innocent. We keep shadowy supercoders over here. But shout out to RG3 Fud.
RG3.
Hey, RG3.
That's my guy.
Yeah, that's my boy too, man. So I'll be speaking at his event, the 369 tour. It's gonna be March 6th, basically. I'm gonna be speaking there.
Is that the Vegas one?
That's the Vegas one. Yeah, I'm doing a Vegas one too.
I can't go. I'm so pissed.
Why? What's up? They got you locked.
I told you I can't. I'm still on parole and all that. I can't leave the state.
Oh shit. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, not till next year, like 26th.
Hey, we're gonna do it too, man. You got a VIP ticket lined up for you, brother. Like straight up. So just let me know. No, let me know. Yeah, because I throw my like our crypto mindset event every year. So, yeah, we'll be throwing one in 26. I did it through the entire bear market too. Like I'm probably leaning towards a giant mansion party for the next one.
Nice.
That's where I'm, because I did the first ever crypto mindset event. I threw a giant mansion party. It was hella fun. That was really, really fun. I'm planning. The last one we did like at a Space Forge. We did it at this crazy fucking venue place and everything. Like the only thing that pisses me off is I've been trying for the last 3 years to get fire breathers and like acrobatics, and like I've gotten acrobatics, but I haven't gotten. I had mermaids and fire, and like they just want, like, every venue just fucking fucks me on the fire breathing. They just do not let me do it. But like at some point, I will find some place where I can have like a whole fire show, like like everything like that. Are we wearing all white? No, we're gonna wear all black, man. We're gonna be the Black Israelites.
Those guys, man. I'm in Philly. They're everywhere around here.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I'm gonna call it the all black party and stuff here with white face. I'm gonna wear black robes and a white and fucking clown makeup. That's how it's gonna be.
I don't know how those dudes don't get punched in the face more often, because like they'll be out on the corner, right, with their little microphone and speaker, and like literally we'll have like a picture of Jesus laying on the ground, and they're like making people step on Jesus, and like it's fucking crazy. Yeah,
dude, I've never.
This is that Philly shit. Like
Damn, dude, that's crazy. I did not.
Yeah,
know
so basically what their argument is that it's the white man's Jesus. So he's a false prophet, and like he's meant to be stepped on and spit on.
Bro, I mean, like, if I really go, like, he's probably Middle Eastern, legitimate. I mean, Jesus is probably
Right,
Middle Eastern.
absolutely.
He's either like Armenian, Iraqi, like, I mean, and the whole thing too, like when they look back to like Egypt, so like even the Egyptian kings, like I think some were black, but most were like a mixture of Middle Eastern. I mean, of Mediterranean.
Yeah, of course. Well, that's where he's from.
That's where he's from, right? But then the whole thing too, if you actually look at like Egypt, right? Egypt where it is and stuff, there's a giant thing called the fucking Sahara block. like that shit is a death or like you could cross it, but damn, you had to be equipped. You had to be Mansa Moonset level, like rich, like to like get through and stuff like that. And like oh my god, you see that meme and stuff where they're like, like oh, we were all black kings and stuff, and then like in our school books, we all had that white guy dressed as a pharaoh, and now people are they're doing DNA tests on some of these pharaohs, and they're white.
It's crazy.
Oh my god!
I saw this one, right?
Later.
Like I generally try to stay away from like racial stuff.
Yeah,
but, like, I saw this one, and it was this like super pro black woman, and I forget, like her stance was like calling white people colonizers and all this stuff. And come to find out, they did her ancestry, and her family, her black family, came over on the Mayflower.
Oh, was that okay? Because I remember one where they're like, oh, they're like a super pro something, and then their family owned slaves or something. I was like, what?
That too, yeah. But she literally she was so anti-white people and called them colonizers, and it turns out her family were part of the colony. Like they were the original colonizers.
That one's a really fucked up one because like there was black families that came over, and like obviously the death rate was incredible. Like hella people died, but then like I think it was like a generation where they were okay, and then by the second or third generation, they were just basically cucked, basically at that point.
Well, yeah, that's because they people.
More people kept coming in.
And Europeans found out about the slave trade. The slave trade existed before Europeans got into it. Like that shit was going on in Africa, running rampant.
Yeah, the Arabs were running it and stuff, and the facilitators. I'm not going to say who, but like, yeah, the Arabs were dirty with it, bro. And they literally would they literally would cut the dicks off of like dudes, like bro. They did some evil shit, man. Like, oh, if you read into like what the Arabs actually did, man, holy crap. I have a meme in here where like, slavery's happened everywhere, which is really messed up by the way. But like, I got this meme about like Koreans. Like Korea has the longest, like they have the longest history of unstopped slavery. Like it was like 1,500 years of slavery in Korea, which is really funny because he was like, no, we were assholes, but we never had slavery. And then like Korea has the longest unbroken chain of slavery of all mankind, 1,500 years of slavery. And then I've joked about this. Like, I don't know, do I have it right here? I probably do somewhere in here. Where is it?
Societies like Koreans, they might have a God complex, but they don't have a history of oppressing another group of people.
Each other, right?
Are you out of your mind?
Yeah, what the?
What do you mean?
You don't think Asians they didn't oppress?
Koreans didn't have slaves. We didn't fly.
Did Koreans have slaves?
Korea had the longest unbroken chain of slavery of any society in history. Holy shit!
You guys are scumbags.
We're scumbags.
That's amazing.
That one's really funny. And then I always have like this other funny thing of these kids. Like, where is it?
Slaves built the pyramids. Slaves built the Parthenon. Slaves built America. Slaves, this is your song. Thank you. Slaves. Thank you. Slaves. Thank you. Slaves. Slaves, this is your song. Thank you. Slaves.
Thank you, slaves. That was so wholesome.
Slaves built the pyramid. Slaves built the Parthenon. Slaves built the aqueducts. Holy shit, dude. But welcome to my show. Thank you. That's it, you ladies and gentlemen, man. Shill Gates, ladies and gentlemen, man. Hey, thank you so much for coming, brother, man.
Thanks for having me. Anytime you want me to come back,
dude, I'll definitely have
all
you back.
over it.
I mean, this
absolutely
is a great conversation. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like if you meet anyone that's been in the trenches a long time, it's like it's two historians talking. It's so
absolutely.
So
we've
awesome.
seen so much. Like, I keep telling people that, like, they keep freaking out about like this new FUD and stuff, and I'm like, you guys, like, just grab on, hold on to the roller coaster. Like, it'll get better. Like, we've been through all this shit before. That's how I know to go full clip into the dip.
Exactly. And also the community's kind of already proved that like he didn't like his knuckles aren't bruised up. You punch.
Yeah,
a lot of people, you think people never got into a fight before in their life.
That's what I'm saying.
Your knuckles get fucked up if you punch someone in the face. Like you can maybe get away with one punch and you wouldn't mess up your knuckles, but if you're angrily punching someone enough to like cause them to bleed, your
knuckles are fucked. I posted a bunch of pictures of like bare knuckle FC fighters after fights, like what their knuckles look like, and I was like, even though he didn't have as many significant strikes as them, like still anybody that's been in a fight knows your knuckles get fucked up. Like,
yeah. I remember going to like a dance, like, you know, like I got invited to these Mexican dances, and of course, you know, everyone's fucking drinking and being retarded. And then there's this, so you know, one of my cousins is gonna get jumped. Shit, I gotta jump in. And then even if you miss and you just hit their, because like, everyone's wearing denim and shit, or like Levi's and shit, you miss.
That rug burn, like
I destroyed my fucking pinky, dude. I mean, I was like, oh my god, dude, it was like so messed up. Like I remember, like I felt like I dented like this knuckle right here. I think I literally may have actually like pushed it in.
Well, let's talk about it real quick. We're about to go, but like this is the same playbook they used against Julian Assange, right? Yeah. Same Interpol. Like they literally said that he raped a girl because he laid with her or some shit like that. Like, it didn't even make sense.
It didn't make sense. Also, if it was a girl, they would have specified it was a girl. They said 16 to make it ambiguous, to make it sound worse than it was. Two, let's just say it happened. Let's just say it happened, right? What's the scenario? And I may have been the first one to say this because I said it on
Probably
stream.
a pickpocket or like, somebody trying to rob him.
It was someone trying to rob him, and of course, some 60 like if someone's trying to, like if I'm in the UK as an example, right? Because this is when it would more likely happen in the UK. If someone tries to rob me, I'm like if they're trying to hurt me, if they don't come up with a knife, you're gonna fuck them up, and then you take off the fucking thing and like, oh, that's some fucking kid. Well, fuck you, motherfucker. Get fuck off, dude.
Listen, bro, I live in Philly. 16-year-olds will fucking kill you. Like they're not little kids. Like they're like wild ass young bulls that will like just run down on you and take everything you have.
Right. And then I also on stream looked up what's the legal consent? 16, like Alabama. It's 14 years old.
Now they're gonna say he beat the 16-year-old up and fucked the corpse. That's what's coming next.
Right. Because like, dude, if they pulled by the hair, that's gonna be a weird line there. But like, I mean, I think it's Erica Wall. He beat up, but like, who knows?
I still gotta get caught up. I gotta get caught up on the Eric Wall stuff. Like,
yeah, I like, dude. Eric Wall is actually a really cool person in person, but on the internet, he's kind of a piece of shit.
Just a troll dickhead.
He's trolling, but like too much, man. God damn. But like at this point, he's working for us basically. He's essentially just keeping the chain. He's just keeping like.
Well, yeah, you're amplifying the voice, and like, everybody's not going to be against the same thing that you're against. So the more people are talking about PulseChain, the better.
Yeah, and then also they couldn't decide on the date. It was like the 16th, 17th. So that just led me to believe like if something happened, it probably happened between 11 to 1 in the morning. That's probably when it happened.
Yeah.
Prime time to get jumped. Prime time to get attacked in the middle of the street, And
maybe they lost them a lot of money on Hex and we're just trying to like finish a vendetta or something.
He's like, look at some kid runs out. He's like, Richard, and this was fucking February. It had just gotten to like a fucking penny and some change. Like, what if they have? Like, he's like, Richard, and then Richard's like holding him back. He turns around and it's like, can you imagine? It's like Richard's just holding the kid back, and then Richard's like, doink. Oh my god, bro.
Good times.
Good times, man. And then the other one, the tax thing, of course, right? I mean, that's old already. That's old news. The only new news is really the Interpol stuff, that is a step above. But Interpol is a bunch of fucking faggots, and they're based in France. So there you go.
And they are like, I did a deep dive, right? So I was using AI to help, and then I was like sourcing all the different articles. Like that whole like structure over there has been corrupt for decades.
Yeah.
Like all the leaders of it have either been jailed or have like massive lawsuits for human rights violations, and like
right.
It's just a corrupt to the core organization that's backed by a bunch of warlords and Pfizer.
Right. And then on top of that too, Russia, Turkey, Saudi.
That's what I'm saying.
The axis of powers are like the people behind Interpol.
It's like all these authoritarian countries that are using it as leverage against political dissidents and shit like that.
And then this is the funniest thing the 60 Minutes said is like the annual budget of Interpol is $160 million. That's the same as Wichita, Kansas, or like it's as much as what was it? The police department in Omaha, which was kind of hilarious.
Well, that's like the old Dave Chappelle joke where he's talking about I think is it NATO? No, it's the United Nations, and he's like, well, why don't you sanction me with your army? Like he's basically saying like,
you don't got an army. If I don't got an army, shut the fuck up. Oh man, this is gonna be a good bull run, you guys. And then one last thing. This last thing.
Last thing.
Please unfollow anyone that's telling you that the bull market's over or it's over in 3
Yes.
months. You fucking idiot. Now, nuclear bombs go off. Okay.
Right.
Like, big hack on Bitcoin. Okay. But outside of a couple of weird things, even if it's something like we had a bad stock market crash, we could still kind of like unpair and pump and stuff. But like this whole thing that the bull run's over, like every person you see saying that, just unfollow them. They're fucking irrelevant.
I'm gonna make a video on this. I already charted it all. I went from the peak of every past bull run to the exact, like from the bottom to the top, right?
Yeah.
And I basically looked how many bars or how many days was each one, and they all came out. I think the average was like 530 days.
Yeah.
So essentially all of them happened in Q4 of the year following the halving. So that puts us like anywhere from September up into December of 25. So that's where
October. My money's October probably.
Well, that's right in the range though. So like it fits.
Yeah. And I'm with you on that. That's if we get a regular cycle. Right.
Yeah.
The only caveat to that is
Trump.
It's Trump and TradFi, and we are more linked to TradFi now. Like right now, like this dip that happened. This dip that happened had nothing to do with crypto. It was because the central bank said that they're basically they fucked over the real estate market. And the real estate market went like, oh no, they promised 100 basis point cuts in 25 to 125 basis points in 2025. They now reduced it to 50, and then they've said they've also continued to reduce the balance sheet, which is reducing the monetary supply. So they're still going to lower interest rates a little bit more, but not as much as we thought. So the real estate market's like, fuck, I thought it. So right now, people in the commercial market, as well as people who are holding on to a lot of like rental real estate that usually like with the lower, they wanted to refinance, they can't refinance. And now they're fucking like, now this thing's got to make money. Shit. And now some people are in big trouble now.
Yep.
And they're hoping
this time it really could be different though.
It could be different. I mean, it's every time. But like at some point we could get a length. Maybe it's a 6-year run. It could change because of TradFi money. Like I don't think it's going to be 8-12-year cycles or some in terms of like the whole run. But like we could slow because like the halvings are becoming less and less because like there's 450 Bitcoin a day that gets created.
Yeah.
Next, what 225, 250, like 225.
Well, that's the thing, right? And that's where people talk about a super cycle, because if this bull market gets extended and we reach into the next halving, then that's adding the crunch of the supply getting cut, and that could essentially double up and do another bull run in the middle of a bull run.
Right. And no, exactly, right. And then we're also in like we're in the roaring 20s for crypto, right? Like what's happening right now is if you position yourself today, TradFi money's coming in. They have to come in because all these old fucks are retiring, and most of the big money people have all their money. They're going to, so basically these boomers are going to die and transfer all their money to their extra kids or their millennial kids. And then they're going to, a good portion of them are going to buy crypto or spend it all in sports gambling. And then,
especially now that it's becoming acceptable, like it's becoming TradFi acceptable to even like kids that are like trad kids. Like there's kids that are anti-crypto that now are being exposed to it. But I think most kids are into crypto, but like there's definitely still people that now it has like this backing of the government and stuff to where it's much more of like a household option.
Yeah, it's mostly because the fiduciaries or the people who are like the money managers for these funds, they can only, there's legal binding things like they can invest into. So unless it's an ETF, they really can't put money into it because they would basically be like, oh, you're just putting in some liquid shit to drain me. Because they could, because like, you know, if like as an example, right, if I don't have a custodian, like let's just say I buy all my Bitcoin through Coinbase and have them custodian it, me as a fiduciary can't steal it and just transfer it to my wallet and run away with the money. Where like, because if you buy it off brand, you could essentially take that BTC since you actually have access to keys, and so that's actually the reason why you have those safeguards, even though it's bullshit. Like but I understand it because it's like, yeah, some of these people are. I mean, most people's financial and managers and stuff, they don't have as much money as the money they're managing, right?
True.
So like, they would love to jip them, right? I mean, there's how many stories of these will attorneys that like steal money from the families
all the time.
All the time. That happens all the time. This whole thing of like, oh, I'm gonna leave my seed phrase to my will. You dumb motherfucker. Someone's gonna like when you die, hopefully a long time from now, they'll know exactly what it is.
Yep.
And they'll rob, like they'll take one little picture, you'll never know. They'll wait 2-3 years later, siphon you, and you'll be racking your brain thinking of who could have even seen it.
And this is why I bury my paper wallets.
Yeah, it's gross. Yeah. But anyway, you guys, thank you so much for joining me, man. Shill Gates, I'll definitely have you on, brother. Like we'll definitely do some streams in the new year, man. You're a cool dude. And
anytime, bro.
Yeah, we'll have a big ass party when you get out of Pearl.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Definitely, man. For anyone who wants to come out to the Crypto Mindset meetup, you guys, general admission tickets are still for sale. I have to double check if we close VIP, but it's $450 for the tickets. It will be from January 17th through the 18th. The VIP is the 16th through the 18th. It's $450 for the 2-day event. It's $4,400 for the VIP for all 3 days. But man, we double check. I don't know if it's still there, man. But like, we may have already closed it out already. But like, yeah, the event's already larger already. So the general admission tickets at $450 here will you'll be able to buy it up until the day before the event, which will be on the 15th, and then it'll be closed. It's gonna be a fun time, you guys. We already got more people than last time. We've got the venue set for everything from gambling classes to like the event to speakeasies to cigar lounges to brunch. Man, dude, we got a lot of stuff. All the money for the event is spent at the event. I mean, every event we've done, like me and Charlie have gone like 40,000-60,000 in their pockets to make it even cooler. Bottle popping and stuff and alcohol. There's open bar. You can be this is +1, by the way. You can take your significant other. This is like you can meet your girlfriend, your side piece, your wifey,
prostitute you find on the strip,
or it's complicated. And if you're gay, you can bring your significant other too. But like we're gonna demand a shot and a kiss.
and
trust but verify.
And definitely we need a VIP access to the gay crypto cabal.
Oh no, dude. Well, I don't know. I don't really offer all that, but like
I'm saying shout out Peter Thiel if he's coming. Like I want that cabal money.
Let me see. Is the VIP still open? Let me see. Oh, it's still open. Yeah, like this might be closing really soon because we have to lock. So when you get the VIP tickets,
front run that shit, guys.
Yeah. Basically this will be done at Planet Hollywood. We got suites for everybody. If you buy we cover all your we cover basically all your travel in the at the event and stuff like that. Not the actual plane ride, but we cover your hotel, getting to and from all the activities. If you take some girl to some other casino and stuff, that's on you. If you decide, hey, I'm not going to this event because I'm hanging out doing something, that's on you. But yeah, we'll have transportation for like pretty much all 3 days for the guys and or the girls that sign up for the event and stuff. And we're gonna have a lot of VIPs there. Myron and Fresh might be coming down. We have Rolo Tomasi that's going to be there. RG3 is going to be there. We have Coffee is going to be there. We got a lot of people that are coming. So this is a good time to have some private time to talk to one of us and all of us and stuff there at the event. And we're going to make sure and have like professional photographer people. Don't worry. If you don't want your picture taken, it will not be taken. But we protect the innocent at the event. But it's going to be a really great time. And yeah, man. The event is 18 and over, but it's better if you're 21, to be honest. If I'm being,
I'm so mad I can't go. I would have been all over that.
Dude, it would have been great to have you come through, man. But like, we'll definitely have another one next year. Will Dana White be there? Yeah. Dana White will be in Vegas. That's right. Yes, he will.
Dana White.
So the events will be the 16th through the 18th of January. So there you go, you guys. That's the dates right there. January 16th through the 18th. 16th is VIP day. 17th and 18th are general admission. Fucking awesome. Meetup or Ethereum? The meetup, bro.
Here's the thing people don't understand, right? Like meetups, like you get a lot of networking opportunities, and even if you're not like an influencer, like you can get so much alpha just from meeting some of these people and picking their brains and talking to them, and you never know what play or what strategy you might pick up from going to one of these things, like, or even just growing your friend circle, right? Your network is your net worth, and the meetups are a great way to really extend your network.
We have a lot of multimillionaires are going. That's all I gotta say. A lot of multimillionaires are there. I know guys that like literally funded their coin launches just from like just talking to somebody and then getting
absolutely.
It's happened. Absolutely happened. We've had like business connections happen. We've had shows started. Like we've had guys that literally just started YouTubing from there and stuff. And like we support all our guys that like want to YouTube, like just like obviously let us know. It's like, hey, we're starting YouTube. You got to come on, of course. Like this is how people get deals done. It's like I've always wanted to come on your show. You might be able to convince. Fuck it, come on the show. That's how you break through. If DMs ain't working, sweat equity and go to events.
Yeah, do some wild shit in Vegas, and all of a sudden you got a show spot.
My last crypto mindset event, I literally had. Oh yeah, I don't remember that. We were all pissed drunk, and I recorded a fight between Crypto Coffee and Hexy Bastard. They were slapboxing each other outside of the Aria.
Amazing.
And more stuff like this with you guys. But thank you so much, you guys. Thank you guys for coming through, you guys. And yeah, man. Peace.
Appreciate you.
You didn't have to cut me off.